Give me a moment to throw the link around and we'll get this party started, folks. You know how it is. Some watchers. Okay, let's see. Put a link here. My nose is trying to kill me. I feel you twitching, you traitorous bastard. OBS, where the fuck is my hat? Docs. Okay, there we go. Don't know why the chat doc was closed, but fix that. Where's the fudge stream announcements? There. Oop. There. There. Here. Ink cuts everywhere. I think it's everywhere. Let's see. There. Okay, looks like I just need to drop it onto X and Blue Skies then, onto the Design Ordered Bird site, and its much more reasonable counterpart. I love this game's music so much. PGR has such good music. Where's that? Oop. Quote. Post day. Repost day. What? Quote. Post. Come on, Blue Skies, you can do it. There we go. Reload page. There we go. Okay, link's been thrown around. Grab my controller, let's play some more Punch Stingray Raven, folks.
I have plenty of time. So, you're staying here with me. Until I say you can go.
A lot of autonomy. Oh shit, did one of my streams go bad and I didn't fuck? Ah, stupid lazy brain, okay. Not a lot of events going on right now. Itchy nose. Hey, sis, glad you can make it. We just finished up my dailies. I'm gonna show off the new construct. I don't have him yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to pull for him or not. I was intending for this update when I start saving for Luna Oblivion, Lucia Pyro, and all those and all the Jenna Free units. So, but we'll see how it goes. Apologies for that. That was my lungs trying to kill me. Okay, first, give. Thank you. Okay, am I missing anything? Nope. Right, so first, members. Fire. Got BRS's signature skin, by the way, 'cause it looks really cool. Here he is! Newest frame, Autonomy Epitaph. Frame independently developed by the Forsaken for tough battles with a brand new design of the Mind Courier module. In other words, Technobabble. Huh. What are always these little text blurbs here? Anyways, Edgy trenchcoat man fights for fucking cutlass and a shotgun. Fucking pirate ass skin. With free will, you walk into the wind and sand and explore every corner of the world. The desert you walk on was once a sea. The ruins you touch was once a magnificent palace. You look up upon the stars, but end up seeing them menacing. However, they will not be forgotten because of the moment you stop by. Yeah, so Tanabe is still around. This man does not. He is like he and the Forsaken are like fucking cockroaches. They will not fucking die even if you drop a nuke on them. Apologies, had to hydrate. But yes, no, the Forsaken survived. The Forsaken survive. Somehow. Anyways, I'm now curious. Give me a second poking things. The neighbor end, which we still don't care much about. Lightning. I still can't believe they gave this man a fucking cassette mark. Also, yes, what's up? Big. Who? What was big? The free impossible units. Cannot get them because they don't exist anymore. Let's see. I really need to start collecting Uniframes, even if I don't think they're making anymore. I just think they look very nice. Especially Solomon and Q. Okay, let's see. Chat weeklies. Alright, they redid the fucking graphics for the Phantom Pain cage. I'm not sure if I like it or not. Anyways, let's beat the shit out of an Eldritch Abomination with the power of lightning.
I'll show your
Wait, that was the wrong team. Shit, give me a sec. Epitaph. Yes, very big man. Battle preparations. Very tall man.
Watch my movements.
I'm not sure where the Forsaken got the tech to make that frame, but we'll probably find out once we get to his chapter, which is the latest one, so it's going to be a while. Casually delete the siren. Over 15 bars, kill it. Almost all the bars are killed. I parried it, I'm just too good. Kill. Hell yeah, I'm just built different. I fucking love Alpha. She's moving for frames are such a blast to play. Anyways, where the fuck did I just put my water bottle? Why is my mouth so dry? Anyways, I think I've solved the at least part of my internet tech issues beyond my internet just being bad in general, which I can't control. But I did find something that was not helping, and I dealt with it. Give me a second. I'll beat the shit out of Simon before I. You are not allowed to physically harm my person. You are not allowed to physically. You are not allowed to physically harm my person. Please die. Please stop being alive. Please stop being alive. Please stop being alive. I'm going to remove your bars privileges. You are not allowed to have bars anymore. You keep abusing them to commit crime. And shouldn't have done that. So they're charged up jumping. Kill? Is this gonna kill? Yep, kills. God, Alpha does so much damage. Anyways. So the stupid thing that wasn't helping my internet and I dealt with. It was very stupid. So the the bit that connects my headphones to my PC wirelessly, that bit, it shines a blue light when it's plugged in. Tired Ghost, in her infinite wisdom one night, threw a fucking sock over it. Just threw a sock over it, pressed against my PC to cover it up so she could sleep. And then forgot about it. Just forgot that I put a fucking sock behind the PC, and I'm pretty sure that was the part of the issue somehow. I don't use Watanabe, so I don't get to show him off, but he is pretty fucking tall. Siren, please stop having bars. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll check his default frames, and we'll see how. Stop smacking me. Stop smacking me. You are not Selena. You are a horrible murder monster built on top of her soon-to-be corpse. If I don't kill you, you do not have the right to smack me. Die. I will always dodge your bullshit. Stop doing damage to me. You are legally not allowed to do damage to me. There we go. Dead. Yeah, I'll finish up the Phantom Pancakes and we'll take a look at Watanabe's other two frames and we'll see if he's just that tall in general or if that's just the epitaph frame. Because it could just be the epitaph frame, but I don't think it's just the epitaph frame.
I'm the leader.
Violence, violence, I love violence.
Next is developed. I'm out of my way. Quiet. What kind of chorus do you like? Get out of my gas.
Okay, die. That's bullshit. Eat a tornado. Karina, bonk. Remove skull privileges. Stop narrating at me and die, asshole. Bonk. Delete this man's health bar. Delete this man's health bar. Delete this man's health bar. Delete this man's fucking health bar. Thank you, Karina.
I'll smash you all into pieces. Everything's ready. The overture begins.
Good skill. Please die. To be or not to be? That is the question. The answer is please fucking die. Drown, asshole.
It's finally over.
You did a good job, Lamia. Everyone head pat the 50. Everyone head pat the 50. Okay, that's one asshole dealt with. Now we just need to beat, don't worry about what this is. Wait. Huh? Oh shit, I need to... He's not 99.99% giant, though. Are we sure about that? Are we sure about that? Do we know his genealogical history? Do we know? Cause like I find when you delve into technobabble in settings like this, it inevitably turns into it's just fucking magic. Don't think about it. Wrong button. Do not hurt the fissy. Do not hit the fissy. Do not hurt the fissy. Fuck you. Oh, ow, multi-hit bullshit, Eat this. And this. I need to get better at playing Lamia. This fucker putting text on my screen so I can't see shit doesn't help though. Talking is not a free action, asshole. I'm gonna parry that, fuck you. Oi, how did I take damage? I have shield on, you cheating son of a bitch. Karina, remove his skull some more. I wish this fucker was like Dracula in Castlevania. If I smack him in the head, he takes bonus damage. Ugh. Then Karina could just remove his fucking skull. Eh. Stop trying to slap me with your slapstick. Doesn't work.
Are we fighting for re-
Oh shit. Drown. Die. Ultimate kills? Ultimate kills. Kaboom. Ultimate does not kill. Karina, bonk. Thank you for removing Hamlet's skull for bonk the chin. Yes, there is no need to praise you. Cute pal. Very cute pal. I regret nothing. Anyways, don't worry about what this thing is. Just don't worry about it.
I'll show your.
Oh, hey, there's the red tide again. Ah, yeah. It's just fuck. I was like, might take something inspiration from that for direct request. Anyways, so out. No stabbing me. This is.
Look into my eyes and fall into the abyss.
Delete your health bars. Delete your health bars. Delete your health bars. Delete your health bars.
Look into my eyes and I will feel that this battle. Can you keep up with my speed?
Oh, you want to see more? Sure, no. Oh, we're going to see more of those bastards. Trust me about that. We're going to be seeing more of them. Don't worry. Trust me about that, sis. We're going to be seeing more of those fuckheads.
Nothing to me.
500 combo attacks in a row. Unknown data cluster still won't die. Eh. Covering me in goop will do nothing. I am too powerful to be affected by your goopy nonsense. Okay. Anyways, so. Die! Click. Bitch, that was supposed to kill you. That was supposed to end your life. Kaboom! But yeah, we'll be seeing more of Corona Corp. They're gonna become more and more important. No, oh, Hammer Girl. That's Corona. Her name is Krona. She's the head of the engineering force. Basically, she's one of the head techies. The hands-on guys models. I'm the one doing all the eventing, basically. She's fun. We first saw her all the way back during the Kame was running off and being an idiot arc because she and how the fuck did I pronounce her name again? Give me a second. Bianca. Her and Bianca were sent to kill Kame because they thought he was corrupted. Anyways, boop. Done all the shit here, done all the shit here. Okay, I think that means we are not going to the surviving Lusum yet. We're not done that. We've done the Roland show backstory. Now it's time for Evernight Beats hidden story, which I'm pretty sure is also just going to be about Roland again. Probably, probably. However, Roland was involved in this fucking nonsense with the twins. Preparation behind the scenes. A wanderer walks among the ruins of the city. Recording. The heterocore shard has been recovered 5 kilometers away from the Aslam docking platform. Oh. Oh, fuck. That's when they got it? Her personality is great. She's fucking great. She's very the sun though, but she's pretty nice. Yeah. Anyways, fuck. So that's what his Vonica and those band of fuckers got it. They got it all the way back during Falling Star. Well, oh, that was Falling Star, right? It was around Falling Star. I can't. Falling Star was either that one or the one directly after, or the one directly before. It was around that. They've had it for that fucking long. Oh, for fuck's sake! No wonder they were able to cook up something like the twins if they had it for that goddamn long without us realizing it. Fuck. Compared with the previously recorded shards, the shard shows stronger activity and has the ability to integrate other shards. After killing Babylonia's fourth team to clear the hetero core, I recovered a considerable number of. Oh, yep. Fourth team. I can't remember if they were ever named on screen or not, but it doesn't matter. They're dead now. Most surprising was that they show a unique characteristic after integration. The properties of the crimson liquid extracted are almost the same as that found near the hetero core. The cells devour one another and evolve. The hetero core is constantly deforming and disintegrating in the slough. I'm sensing something different from ordinary corrupted. I can't put my finger on it, but I understand that this kind of agitation is similar to what I saw. Saw? Is that what you meant to say? When I was on the verge of disintegration. I see the future of Asnet in this crimson mire. Blink, blink. Gabriel! He's supposed to be dead! Is someone reading his fucking memories or logs or whatever? Because if he's fucking alive, I'm going to bust a vein. After my analysis, I decided to contribute my efforts into further research. A week before the Battle of the Peculiar Forest Park ruins took place. A wanderer walks among the ruins of the city. In front of them is a city that has long since fallen into the hands of another ruler. Hetero creatures are seen here and there in the ruins, twitching and hissing from time to time. Desolate and disorderly, this is what the planet looks like today. Row after row of lofty buildings deteriorated into dead trees made of steel and cement. Now living creatures fight for survival in this dark jungle. From awful blood, the hetero creatures that had followed the footsteps in a ride are torn apart by a flash of light in front of the wanderer. So the defensive product of Gabriel has made it this far. Bloody hell. Agreed. Wait, who the fuck is this? Wanderer leisurely puts away his chainblade and looks at the shadows cast by the distant buildings. Chainblade, okay, it's Roland. In the distant shadows, a few figures are huddled around a campfire, cooking food with simple cooking utensils. Looks like our actor has arrived on set. Let's get ready. It's time for the last performance. Yep, that's Roland. Again, welcome aboard, Roland. Save the pleasantries. Feeling the changes in his body, Roland clenches his fist and grins a slightly mocking smile. Aided by some mysterious power, the power bestowed to him by that pure white agent, he can still sense Luna's existence. Even though it's no more than a delicate strand of silk, she is somewhere within this world. So Luna's still alive. That's good to know. I mean, she probably was, seeing as he has an upcoming frame, but still. The mysterious, merciful one hadn't erased his weak connection with Luna after reconfiguring his body. but the unbreakable agent in front of him seems to mind. Is that enough? You must have known that I rarely give others the privilege to become an ascendant. After all, even if our goal is the same, my selection process is slightly different from Luna's. However, that doesn't mean that I'll be stingy in sharing my power with you. Since it's such a generous offer, I thought you would make the best use of it, rather than take a sip before setting it down. You're very generous, but this is good enough for me. I'm not going rusty yet, and I still need it most of the time. Yes, this is enough. He doesn't want the risk of wielding such strong power to come back to bite him one day. As long as he maintains a weak connection, he will still have the possibility to achieve his ultimate goal. He just needs to lie dormant and wait for the right time. He is already quite adept at doing so. I understand. Vonnegut slowly raises an eyebrow and claps. The loyal knight is still unwilling to completely cut off his connection to the king. Does it bother you to have such a troublemaker as your subordinate? No, of course not. This is exactly what I admire about you, Roland. You are persistent but not foolish. Roland sneers. So much for the flattering. Let's cut to the chase. What is it that you want me to do? Seems you guys had quite the show of Babylonia while I was trying to repair my frame. Too bad I wasn't there. I didn't deliberately hide the location of the test subject, but I didn't expect Babylonia to find it so quickly. You really should have. We are in fucking orbit. We can just have our cameras point down and go, hey, that punishing reaction looks a bit weird. Let's send some dudes to poke it with sticks and guns and nukes. But I had no desire to draw their attention so soon. It appears Babylonia is smarter than I expected. That's the problem with being a misanthrope, or just being a dick in general like that. You tend to underestimate people, and it tends to bite you into the ass, bite you in the ass like getting tripped up by a girl half your size before she beats their skull in for being a dickhead. I can't wait till it happens throwing it up. That being said, I found a seed that shows potential. As if thinking of something pleasant, Vonnegutt's eyes show a clear smile. Compared with this discovery, the test subject was an acceptable loss. First time I've heard of someone phrased the enemy outplayed us so casually. Some of Babylonia's teams are more troublesome than the others. Alas, opposition is not eternal. Conversely, neither is allegiance. Both you and I are focused on net gain, are you not? So long as everything is within my grasp, I can turn anything into an opportunity. After all, I can provide what they need most. Sooner or later, they will definitely consider my proposal. The fuck are you talking about? What proposal? So that test subject was destroyed. You're going to make an even more powerful test subject number 2, right? I seem to have the same tactic used by a former companion. It's a pity that he failed in the end. Okay. Okay, so the big difference between a transcendent, like a Q, or a... What the fuck was his name again? Kamu's edgy alter ego, origin, his alpha, whatever the fuck you want to call that guy. The difference between them and Ascendant is that Ascendants are connected to the Ascension network, and Transcendents aren't. For a normal Ascendant to connect to the Ascension network, they need to be connected to an agent, like the agent is a server hub. Because Luna's gone fucking missing, his connection to Ascendant's been a bit wibbly wobbly. Especially when we know Luna herself has been butting heads with the network. So yes, but his powers were unstable, and he needed to do something to stabilize them. Indeed, the truly vital mother isn't stored here. Cinderella has gone to investigate its condition. Gabriel is well deserving of praise for his efforts on pioneering the gestation of hetero creatures. And just like that, you sealed your fate as I'm going to beat you to death with my bare hands for praising Gabriel. We only need to take over his unfinished research and continue to explore more possibilities. The emergence of the red-tagged hetero creatures is undoubtedly an important step in the evolution of Asnet. Unfortunately, the polyphage has demonstrated the limit of evolution based on heterocourse. These creatures only have the instincts to survive. They show no signs of intelligence or reason. What's the difference between such a thing and those defective puppets that lose cognition due to corruption? No matter how destructive they are only fit to be called puppets. How can we walk with such creatures in the new world? A large part of Gabriel's failure was due to his blind pursuit of power, his eagerness for success, and his neglect of the punishing virus's will. As for Mother, the parents served as guidance to Gabriel's massively misguided path. I can feel that Mother is the condensation of the virus's will. She possesses fascinating possibilities. I have high hopes for his future. So, even you don't know what Mother will hatch? I thought people like you would always want to have everything under control. It seems that we still need mutual understanding. All we can do now is witness the gestation of Mother and welcome the real culmination of the punishing virus's will. We just need to give her a little push. A push? For that, I think you should see something. You haven't seen Mother in her entirety, have you? Yeah, he's still connected, but the connection's weaker. Think of it between, like, the difference between, Okay, I'm going to use VTuber internet connection as the fucking example here. The difference between, like, Hololives or VSurges or the big deals internet connections who they've had it set up so it doesn't lag, blow up, stutter, any of that nonsense until something goes horribly wrong. And my internet connection, which is, more unstable than Miho's Luck and Dice as the Draco showed. So yes, he was still connected, but it was a bad one-mark connection, and that wasn't enough to survive. Clearing the stage. Yep. It says omnis and frames are connected, but it loads us into a uniframe. Change your mind, Kuro. Oh hey, it's the throne room again. Recording. Hetero cores are placed below the base. Miss Luna doesn't respond to this. To the great agent of Asnat, this power isn't worth mentioning, but Roland shows no concern for this at first, unable to understand the Asnat's favor towards him. I'm pretty sure it likes him for being loyal to an agent, for being loyal to Luna, you dickhead. Mouse. There we go. Perhaps this is the privileges of humans who share the same origin as Miss Luna. They are different from me. They don't need to be pieced together. Huh? Remember the curse. Yes, I remember the curse. The curse sucked. Even if I'm pretty sure at this point the material component for the curse was a sock I used to block out lights from my PC so I could go the fuck to sleep. Because I am a dumb coast. Anyways, does this imply Gabriel wasn't human at all? Is Gabriel what fucking happens when a normal ass robot passes the filtering and becomes an ascendant? Therefore, I cannot understand the real greatness of Asnat. I proposed to remove some starch and recycle materials in the space station, but Roland rejected. That would be Serena, you fucking bastard. As he said, watching the flowers struggle is far more valuable than recovering the core shards. But his meaning is hard to decipher. The defective construct looks nothing like a flower. Similarly, I have been unable to understand his behavior. Was Gabriel a fucking, like, robot? What the fuck? He obviously has the power to destroy his prey, yet he spends the time to set traps. Brute force is not all there is to this world. Sometimes he even digresses in boastful monologues, wasting time on pointless communication with the enemy. Gabriel, where the fuck do you think ascendants come from? Like, none of Roland's monologues when we fought the Bastard have been pointless. They've been him buying time, from trying to lure us into false security. or him trying to actually fucking recruit us, as seen during False Ascension when he tried to fucking give us an armor piercing speech and make us defect on the goddamn spot. Well, okay, assuming you do win the war, what happens to all the constructs afterwards? So this really does show Gabriel's flaws. I am skeptical of his inefficient practices, but as long as he is completing Asnet's missions, I have no need to speak up. Bigger problem I now face now is that humanity's nightmare is about to be brought to life. The generation who should lead us forward doesn't care. The reason is conclusion. I detected a mood fluctuation similar to disappointment in my memory circuit. No one seems to be paying any mind to this earth-shattering power, but I am sure that this power is the gospel brought to me by the Asnet. Is he a fucking religious robot? It's like... Was Gabriel one of those fucking church robots robots that got corrupted past the filtering and turned into a fucking ascendant? Is that his goddamn backstory? Is that his fucking backstory? As such, I am even more deserving of wielding his power. Roland was watching nearby a few times when Gabriel developed hetero creatures. He'll never forget how those creatures came out from the slimy eggs. They were squirming and twisting and looked absolutely disgusting. Oh no, the hollow Yenkers. Okay, good point. Good point. You get what I was trying to say. Though, Xana. They were squirming and twisting, absolutely disgusting. Like actual babies? Babies are kinda gross when they first come out. Except for me, I was too tiny to be gross. I was a really small baby. I can't remember the exact weight. The deformed hetero creature looks up and stares at the dark angel in front of it. Gabriel raises his cane and points at the hetero creature. The back of the creature bulges with pus, and then from it breaks transparent wings. Its like wings are slowly stretching out. Defense capability suboptimal, combat capability suboptimal, pursuit capability suboptimal, unqualified. Gabriel reaches out his left arm and grabs the deformed hetero creature before tearing it to pieces. Keep going. Experiment number 327. What are you doing? Lazily leaning up against the wall in the corner, Roland speaks in a relaxed voice as just a casual inquiry in his spare time. He's still watching the scene closely from within the darkness. Gabriel seems to be accustomed to Roland's intolerant attitude. He doesn't even turn his head to look back. I need the most powerful servant as possible at my disposal, so I'm testing trial after trial. Praise to God, Musk. No, do not praise Elon Musk. do not. The Coast will get a chainsaw. The Coast will get a chainsaw and wave it around cutely. I need the most powerful servant as possible at my disposal, so I'm testing trial after trial. As long as they understand that we are superior descendants, then we can easily bend them to our will. I've been wondering if these things have feelings or thoughts. They look pretty dumb. They have no use for those. Experienced beasts only fixates on his prey, lock, and then attack. They are merely tools at my disposal to achieve the long-cherished dream of Asnet. Whoever does emotion or cognition, they will only become obstacles for me to control them. Man, no wonder Rona let Alpha kill you. You would actively sabotage the process of making the twins. Dark Mechanoid is gazing into deep, bottomless tide of red, with a crazy crimson glint in his eyes. Everything Gabriel pursues is that deep pull, devouring all the nourishment he prepares, constantly searching for whatever he deems most powerful. It's strange. I remember you weren't like this before. If you still have time to laugh at me, then you better continue to complete your task. Luna did not die and make you the boss, Gabriel. Shut up. Relax, I'm almost ready. They didn't notice. I'm curious what form these little pets of yours will eventually take. So am I. I have explored all possible variables that will affect the power of these creatures. All I need to do now is wait for them to evolve and reach their full potential. All possible potentials. Well then, I'll await the good news. Gabriel has been searching the deep pool for the strongest power as he understands what is now presented to Roland is likely to be the answer to that power. The indescribably massive incubator for integrating mechanoid and biological structures is suspended deep underground. Countless tubes flowing with red liquid are connected to it. Babylonia would have never expected this kind of thing to be hidden under the central purification filter that was once the lifeline of the human race. Quite the bold decision. I was the one to decide on the position of mother. The seed nearly landed here and successfully germinated. Vonnegut looks up at mother, which rises and falls with its regular breathing. He feels reassured. This is even better than the test subject. The CPF was used by humans to reduce the concentration of the virus, but due to the existence of mother, it turned into a hotbed for it to absorb nutrients. And no, it wouldn't view Musk as a god. You wanna know why they wouldn't view Musk? Robots wouldn't view Musk as a god? It's because he's fucking stupid. Let me start trying to find some. Where the fuck did my water bottle go? Like, Musk is dumb. He is the singularly most divorced man on the planet. And I mean that as an insult. As seen by the fact that he's ignored at the bird site for no good reason. The CPF was used by humans to reduce the concentration of the punishing virus, but due to the existence of mother, it turned into a hotbed for it to absorb nutrients. In absence of the red tide, this is a place more suitable for mother than the greenhouse. Unfortunately, Gabriel faltered on his way to uncovering the truth. Perhaps he was 99% of the way to achieving his goal, but it was the 1% he ignored that is key to achieving it. I found this in the Gabriel memory data collected by Cinderella. Speaking with a solemn tone, Vonnegut takes out an old storage device from his pocket. Gabriel thinks that emotion is useless, but he deliberately ignored what the turning point was for him becoming an ascendant. Hatred, pain, obsession. These feelings are very familiar to every ascendant, but they are completely unfamiliar to hetero creatures. Standing in front of Vonnegut, Vonnegut opens his hand as he explains his theory about hesitation. The hetero creatures incubated by Gabriel have given us new possibilities and may have even inspired the punishing virus to develop towards intelligent life forms. However, the newly created hetero creatures cannot feel emotions innate in humans, which means they lack the primary conditions to pass the filtering process. What we need is not a beast with shackles, but a companion who can walk side by side with us in the new world. Okay, when I was fucking joking in Discord about Gabriel trying and failing to make evil Pokemon, it turns out it was a lot more accurate to what Vonnegut wants the hetero creatures to be. Evil fucking Pokemon. Did you call me here just to show off your new pet? No, of course not. After this, I will give you something else as agreed. Vonnegut turns on with a smile and looks at Mother behind him. This is the deal between us. Our next step. It's an experiment driven by human instinct, sifting against emotions and producing results from suffering. I think you'll be interested in the show, Roland. Vonnegut, unbelievable. I can never tell what's on his mind. Let something come into being that he's not sure if he can control. Is that what he really wants? Didn't he learn any lessons from Gabriel? It's a gamble with no clear outcome ahead. A game that only shows the result when the box is open. Whether it's confidence or conceit lies in the ability of the one to control. At least for the moment, Vonnegut looks confident instead of conceited. The experiment, which gives Roland mixed feelings, seems to confirm what Vonnegut thinks. So far, 14 groups of scavengers have joined this experiment. Each batch of humans introduced in the CPF to come into contact with Mother has caused substantial stimulation to her body. This causes the creatures, for lack of a better word, within it to mutate. Roland can't find the words to describe the scene before him. Hetero creatures and hetero plants show consistent variations at regular intervals, as if something is artificially controlling their boundaries. Simultaneously, Mother has become incredibly active, as if the unknown creatures within the incubator are beginning to achieve memory within the sea of chaos. They even seem to unconsciously respond to external stimuli. Just like the subconscious moment of a baby in the womb, this is something even more terrifying to him than the hetero creatures in Gabriel's deep pool. As for the experiment, I gave them the options and they all chose to go to the CPF. Faced with both opportunity and danger, they seized opportunity without any hesitation. Mother is hatching, and as it matures, the abnormalities in the tower will soon spill over to the outside world. I can wait for the birth of a new life in Mother, but sooner or later those in Babylonia will be able to sniff out where Mother is. So when the time is ripe, you as an outsider will step in and make sure Mother can hatch successfully. Comms ring and interrupt Roland's musing. Mother is ready. It's so time. Beloved audience, the long-awaited performance is about to begin. Can I get a round of applause? Roland swings his chain blade in a theatrical gesture. The corrupted pass by senselessly. All he hears is the sound of a crow perched in a withered tree, taking flight, to be startled by the movement of his chain blade. Ah, fine. Guess I'll have to give myself a mechanical rose instead. Roland shrugs and picks up the shotgun beside him and begins assembling it. This boring show has already gone on 14 times. I keep thinking it might have a different ending, but they always just end up killing each other themselves. The stronger ones manage to make it out to the forest, but they'd be better off just staying in the CPF and waiting to die. A mysterious dark cage, a group of helpless trapped animals, an imaginary goal. So far, everything was just rehashing a low-budget film. Okay, this might be evil Digimon. You are right. This might just be evil Digimon. So when the fuck are they going to summon a fucking demon lord for the punishing virus then? Roland gets lost in thought for a moment. Guess it's only normal. After all, how can you trust people other than yourself when you can't even protect yourself? After witnessing this series of tragedies, does Mother really have emotions? What will be the result of its evolution? What will it think of us then? What would Luna think? Roland briefly stopped assembling the shotgun as if seriously contemplating the question hovering in his mind. I don't know why, but playing PGR on stream just makes me fucking thirsty. I think it's because I have all the talking I do. Click! The spring suddenly made a sound. Roland shakes his head and holsters the fully assembled shotgun at his waist. Time to get to work. Drina, that has just been cleared, is covered with bugs now. I can't let the actors stay here. In the past, it was just a matter of snapping my fingers to these scrap metals. Now I gotta get my hands dirty. It's really sad to be dependent on others. Even the selection has to be done in the most complicated and stupid way. It's like a disaster for people who value efficiency. Shouldn't take too long, though, should it? We'll find out, buddy. Pokemon are more linear. Good point. Digimon is more accurate just with how fucking varied the hetero species evolution is. It's a good opportunity to try out my new power and weapon. Okay, so swing. Okay, so swing, double swing, double uppercut, big cut, and I can then combo off of it? Yeah, I can then combo off of it. Okay. Eh. Good, they come in handy. Why can't you just do what I said? Hello, big fuck.
Where are you going? This is the climax of the play.
Good, now even humans can safely pass. I wonder how is Cinderella doing?
This is the end. Are you happy with this fun?
Cleanup complete. The last corrupted stops moving under his chain blade. Roland spins his shotgun and looks out into the distance. His comm rings. Target lured to the designated location. Looks like those little pets in their rod have led the scavengers straight to me. Ah, very good. I always take every performance seriously. Let the show begin. Recording. There's the zero-point reactor in the distance. The ability of hetero creatures to imitate fighting skills is incredible. The regeneration speed has also reached the expected standard. The pulsing red tide is spreading on the surface and capturing food as planned. Everything is developing steadily. Punishing Virus's own will is growing in this deep pool. After witnessing the generation and extinction of innumerable hetero creatures, this thought spontaneously crossed my neural circuit. It seems I can advance to the next step in my plan. Before that, I need to create powerful tools. Powerful force needs a terminal that can control it. Roland showed interest in hetero creatures. After testing his loyalty, I have advised him participating in the experiment under my supervision. However, he doesn't seem to have understood anything regarding the experiment. Instead, he seems more concerned with the nature of Asnat. Fool, that isn't of our concern. Our mission is to pass on the will of Asnat. How can you best understand the will of your master if you don't understand it in the first place, dumbass? Surely enough, I can't expect him to understand the ambitions of Asnat. He's thinking, I don't like that. Gabriel should be dead, not thinking. The show starts. Recording. Experiment failed. Experiment failed. Experiment failed. Hi, Kara. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it. How you doing? Playing some more of one of my favorite games tonight. We're just progressing the main story some more. Getting the second picture of the last arc, the number POV on the last arc we went through, which was, how do I put this? The darkest arc yet. The bad guys can set off their super weapon, whatever. Now there's a bunch of super monsters running around causing problems. Experiment failed. The concept of the polyphase shows new possibilities, but its power is still trivial compared to that of an agent's. Just need the core to fully unleash its power. Absolute power is before my eyes, yet I can't control it. All moving parts of my body are rubbing and ringing due to inexplicable anxiety. Need the core. If possible, I will even dedicate myself to it if needs be, but I must witness assets move towards the future with my own eyes. Lamia is no good. No good. Lamia is no good. Roland still has value. Under his guidance, Alpha hasn't questioned our plan. Alpha. His ability to sway the will of the agent is valuable in of itself. The most suitable choice. As long as I show Luna the power of the hetero creatures I created, she will definitely agree with my plan and approach. Long dead antagonist his logs, showing how badly he misunderstands his boss. Very. If not, I already have a backup plan. And it's a stupid one too from one, because we see it blow up. Because he's long dead by this point. No, don't kill me please, I have no choice. With mud on his face, the refugee cowers in terror in the corner, watching the dark shadow gradually approaching him. 3 armed scavengers stand in a circle and point their weapons at him. Who'd have thought? What makes you think you can steal from the likes of us? Watch out, look at his bandages. He's probably showing symptoms of corruption. Beardy cords. Wait, are these the guys from the ERU? What the fuck are they doing all the way down here? Did they leave after Luna blew the place up with her fucking punishing virus railgun? You wanna bet Roland is the one that saves Grey Raven? Suckers bet, suckers bet, suckers bet, suckers bet. Suckers bet. Roland's probably the one who saves Grey Raven. No, I don't want to skip the story. Of course Roland's going to save Grey Raven. Grey Raven squad up. Lucia, is his boss's dear sister, who she would literally light the world on fire for, and Roland would literally do basically fucking anything for Luna. So yeah, he's gonna probably be the one to save Ray Raven from the twins or whatever the hell happens after we pass out. Watch out! Look at his bandages. He's probably showing symptoms of corruption. Come on, see what else we can find from this guy. We gotta run. We're at least 4 or 5 days of walk away from the conservation area. It would be very difficult to travel during the night. We can't afford to waste our time here. Wait, I have stuff I can give you. Don't kill me. Safe in the hands of the scavenger who was about to share his cloak, the raggedly dressed refugee trembles as he empties the contents of his backpack. Things in his bag drop to one another. A few tins and hardtack fall next to scavenger's feet. There's also a small unused bandage roll, alcohol, several magazines, picture frame with blurred photo, and a broken walkie-talkie. Looks like you still got a lot there. Beardy kicks the frame away, and after checking them, puts the food, bandages, and magazines in his backpack before he gives a wink to Zack. Zack nods and takes the refugee's arms, which are holding his bag tightly, hard at the butt of his gun. The refugee cries in pain and lets go of the bag. Beardy immediately picks the bag, follows his feet for dagger. It's a heavy bag. He sneers and drops it to the ground. Inside the bag is a large iron box, wrapped tightly in cloth and covered in with a large round stain. Ugh. Seeming to know trying to hide something, the refugee trembles and lowers his head even more. Come on, fella, still holding out on us? What's this? Come over here and open it yourself. No funny business. The refugee immediately crawls over, reaching out to open the seal at the edge of the iron box. His hands are wrapped in several bandages, and his fingertips keep slipping from the edge of the box. Seeing the refugee's hesitant and clumsy appearance, Zack gives an impatient grunt. So sorry, I hurt my hand. Open it right away. Right away. Seal is picked off little by little. The iron box opens with a click, revealing the contents. After the white fog formed by the cold air dissipates, scavengers see 3 complete doses of serum lying in the grooves of the iron box. It even comes with a syringe on which the logo of the war government is clearly visible. Jackpot, look what we got here. It's serum, Zack, you. Shut up. Not just any serum. This is war government special military serum, which is more effective than the civilian one. It's also rarer, and even we don't have access to it. Such a nice little treasure you got here. You try to steal a supply? Is it true that people die for money and birds die for food? Despite accidentally ridiculing everyone present, Birdie is unaware of it. He just sighs and puts the serum in his own bag. Zack ignores his mentally incompetent companions, squats down next to the trembling refugee and speaks quietly. Tell us, where'd you get it? The CPF? The refugee vigorously nods and subtly tries to move to the side. There's a forest park dead nearby. There's the CPF, no one's there. There's a ton of supplies there. There's a lot more in a giant tray. It has the war government's logo, but it's too heavy. I couldn't carry it. The refugee's words were like telling a group of travelers wandering the desert about a nearby oasis. Too coincidental, yet too alluring, the trio pauses in silent contemplation. Someone speaks up after a while. What do you guys think? Something's fishy here. A whole supply place like that would have been raided already. But if there really are a lot of supplies like you said, I think it's worth checking out. We're running low as is. Are you sure? Even if the supplies do exist, can we really get them? What if it's a trap? We got similar info about the reconstruction supplies done by a group, remember? You insisted to go and check it out. What happened when we got there? Nothing about the damn red tide and crazy idiots who jumped into it. We were a man down, and Zack almost. Zack is still alive. And because we passed City 7-5 on the way out, we got the news about the refugee transferring establishment into a conservation area in Babylonia. If you hadn't been taking your sweet fucking time on the way there, we might have made it in time for the last transport craft. You think that was my fault? If it wasn't for the supplies I found, we wouldn't even be here. Knock it off. Here it is, Zack commands him to stop. Beardy is about to just muster up a retort. Shuts his mouth. Upon seeing Zack's expression, he grips the handle of his knife hanging out his side even more tightly. Zack pulls out a mouth and spreads it on the floor. Where exactly is the central purification filter? Go northwest from here and then down the road and you'll find it soon. I swear, I'm not lying. Zack's fingers cross the map in the direction the refugee is pointing, and then stops at a place marked as Puglia Forest Park. Central Purification Filter 40. Depending on our travel speed and road conditions, it should take us about 3 to 4 days to get there. He wasn't lying about the location of the tower. You're not seriously thinking of going, are you? The supplies we have now, we won't make it to the conservation area. Cordace, how many medical supplies do we have now? Cordace hesitates for a moment, speaking again. We used our last vial of serum yesterday. Recently, we've been taking too many detours to avoid high concentration areas. We've used too much for supplies this week. Even if there are no supplies in the CPF, we can cross this park in this direction and continue north to find the conservation area. From the moment we left the base, there was no turning back. Zack puts the map into his bag, stands up, and aims his gun at the refugee who had quietly stepped back several meters. You lead the way. Seeing the dark muzzle aimed right at him, the refugee instantly puts his hands up as if struck by lightning. But after hearing Zack, he shows obvious hesitation. What's wrong? Think we got all day? Move it. There, over there. There are monsters and corrupted. It's dangerous. The refugee shivers and points into the distance, where a faint green line beyond the city is seen far across the horizon. That park has a lot of corrupted in it. If that's the case, how'd you get out? What a wimp. We've taken all the supplies. I don't think he'll survive on his own. Shall we rub him out here? Beardy spins a knife around his finger and grins. Don't kill me. I know how to get there. I've been there several times. I'm the only one who knows the safe route. Many funny games, and you know what happens next. Clean up and prepare to move out. Beardy, also take all the supplies. Don't think I didn't see that. Okay. Beardy takes the ammo and medical supplies from his bag, hands them to Zack and Cordis respectively, and so Zack the contents of the bag. That's all I'm in charge of all the food. Don't say I'm being selfish. Alright, let's hit the road and... Zack furrows his eyebrows. What's your name? Huh? I said, what's your name? Who cares about the name of a dirty thief? No one seems to ever ask him this question, catching him off guard. Like attempting to swallow with dry mouth, the refugee answers with some difficulty. Roma, my name's Roma. Roland, are you leading these guys to their deaths? Roland is leading these guys to their death. They're going to die horribly. Alright, Romo, you take the lead. Try to escape, we'll see which is faster. Your legs or my bullet? The answer is his chain blade. Forced to take the lead, the refugee hunches forward. With his back to the scavengers, the timid look on his face disappears without a trace. Yep, it's Roland. His diagrammatic eyes obscured his shadow narrow slightly, as if Romo is lost in contemplation. Normally, scavengers act in a group. Their supplies are distributed evenly, and they can decide what they do with their own rations. These people ask different men to keep different supplies. One person keeps all the medical supplies, one keeps all the food, and one keeps all the weapons and ammunition. This way, the group forms an invisible chain from which no one can break away. Otherwise, they cannot live on just one form of supplies. The apocalyptic wasteland with no stable access to materials. Losing food means difficulty moving forward. Losing medical supplies means endless pain and infections. Losing luxury means lack of defenses when surrounded by corrupted. Whichever it is, death will be the final destination. Everyone has the lifeblood of the teams, which makes it impossible for them to turn against each other and leave the team by themselves. This isn't stupid or clever, but it's one thing for certain that they couldn't trust each other from the start. So they came up with this way to restrain each other. Such a classic configuration. No one can only imagine how the team will end up. Looks like it's going to end as it always does. Are they gonna die? They're gonna die. Shadows in the forest. Recording. Not enough at all. Not compared to the power of an agent. That Heterogoria Queen, the Polyphage. Neither could scratch the surface of this supreme radiance. This is the final form of real power. I realize that imitation is ultimately futile. What they lack is the ability to learn. Fortunately, I met an agent with the same view as me. He met Lonagut. Gentleman repaired my body and gave me an invitation. He affirmed my knowledge and gave me more strength. Thinking of all the possibilities after that, I could feel my hands tremble. This feeling was unprecedented. Based on what I read in the books, this feeling is akin to shaking in excitement. This instant uncontrollable glitch made my cane fall with the red tide. Useless emotions only bring trouble. You stupid idiot. How long will it take until mankind completely disappears from the face of the earth? Nature reclaims the cities. During the prosperous golden age, people who kept progressing were no longer satisfied with the dazzling new things and cutting-edge technology. While many were fascinated by reaching the stars, some people imagined a world without humans. This post-apocalyptic fantasy had always been a popular topic for readers. Vines climbed the walls, tree roots pecked through the asphalt, Rusty steel towers collapse in the wind and rain. Nature only needs a little sunshine and rain, and it will recapture this land at an amazing speed. Trees take root, their branches strong, grasses sprouts, fling like a blanket. The air smells of moist soil like a pure land that has never been tread on. This picture, which is too peaceful, seems rather uncanny for the time. Careful, it's hard to walk here. Watch your step. Is there really CPF? And don't you think it looks a little primitive? Aren't all filters built in cities? Apparently not. It's over there. Zack raises his hand and points forward. Between the heavy clouds and loosest foliage, a massive dark steel building looms. It's hard to see with so many fucking trees here. Also, I think I'm going to sprain an ankle. These weird roots are getting on my nerves. The group walks on the uneven forest floor, both feet never on the same plane. Right as they hear the sound of something being crushed, Beardy steps into a deep pit with his left foot. He's gonna die! What the hell was that? Beardy hurriedly pulls his feet out of the soil. Looking down, he discovers that he'd stepped on a cracked rusty iron plate. Paint on it had peeled off from rust, only the words Puglia and Guide legible as well as a map that looked very large. The place trampled by Beardy is located in the center of the map. Oh, it's a map. The forest is too overgrown, this map is useless. You're right. It's the filters right in front of us. We don't need it anyway. Record the location of the buildings in the park. Even if there are no supplies and a filter, we can still look for other useful things here. Zack looks carefully at the plate on the ground again, and points to the hole in the center of the map. Looks like the fields are all built around the mill, which is most likely the location of the tower. You just smashed the most important part of the map with a single step. How very you! So what? That means I'll have no problem getting to the filter. Beardy doesn't seem to pay any mind. Instead, he raises his arms and laughs. We're looking for supplies, not to destroy things. I think it'd be great if we can occupy the filter. After all, storing it should be easy with Zack here. The final destination is the conservation area. We shouldn't linger anywhere other than where we discussed. Not to mention, stay as far away as possible from all machines. Forgot our rules again? Because we'll be in deep shit if they get corrupted. Yeah, I remember. Looking away from the iron plate, Zack noticed a tear in Beardy's pants. Must have cut it accidentally when he pulled his leg out of the hole. Have a rest and check out supplies. We'll move out in 15 minutes. Bandage your wound. Don't want you slowing us down when the tough gets going. Huh? Bree looks at his leg and notices he's bleeding and curses out loud. Fuck, I didn't even feel a thing. What did I tell you? Nothing can stop me. I don't want your dumbass dying from infection. Get over here and let me take care of it. We're strapped for medical supplies, but unlock. Just saw some plants around here that can be used to deal with wounds. After working for a short while, they finally set up a crude base camp. They clear a relatively flat patch of land, use a spare gas stove to light a simple bonfire. Zack loads cells into a shotgun and quietly inventories the ammunition on him. Recording his tendons to Birdie's wound, he sits down beside him and fails to a plant by his foot as if lost in thought. Romo appears to be nervous, but after seeing that no one is paying attention to him, he just sits quietly beside the campfire. Zack just looks at him calmly, closes his eyes, and takes a nap. Perhaps it's because Roland has kept himself busy the entire time looking for supplies, leading the way, helping them avoid areas of danger several times. Either way, the trio seems to have grown accustomed to him. They even appear to have let their guard down around him. Beardy adjusts his bandage and pulls out a hardtack and throws it to Romo. Huh? Ever since you left the city, I haven't seen you eat a single thing. You aren't made of metal, are you? Don't starve yourself. You'll need to lead the way here in a bit. Thanks. Accustomed to seeing decadent cities, the green forest reinvigorates the weary travelers. Their destination is near. For a moment, they lower their guards, slightly in joy, short respite during their perilous journey. Whistling. I cannot whistle. The dry whistle echoes in the forest. It seems to be an old tune. Roma looks up at Zack while he whistles. There's a peculiar twinkle in his eyes. This place reminds me of a movie I saw a long time ago. There's a scene really similar to this forest. What movie? The World of Never-Ending Wars and Disasters. The young man volunteers on a journey to a tower at the edge of the world in search of a secret treasure that can end the world, thus completing his end the war, not the world, thus completing his trial to become a knight. Once in the main character finds dark and gloomy forest where he's surrounded by monsters he fights for 7 days before breaking free, only to find out the monsters were really out. What was it again? Oh, it was the loss and weakness he felt in his heart. Leader of the Scavengers, who was a man of few words along the way, opens up a little and stares a rare expression of enthusiasm he talks about the movie. Who would have thought you'd have an eye for the art, Zack? I sure didn't. Surprised you even remember anything about it. The monsters in it were pretty cool. Sounds like a B movie. How'd it end? After an agonizing struggle, the main character finally reaches the top of the tower, but there's no secret treasure. It was all in vain. That's the fate you guys are gonna find because you're gonna die. I didn't have time to finish it, but it was toward the end. I just remember the main character falling on one knee in the tower after realizing there was nothing in there. Zack stands down and imitates the protagonist, staring down with his sword, according to the memory. Como por senior final. How is this the final destination? Cough, it's nothing, just choked on a heart attack is all. That line sounded cringy. Seems like a garbage movie. I'm pretty sure that's one of Roland's movies. That sounds like it was one of Roland's movies. I think he's going to kill. Beardy, I think you're going to die. However, I don't think so. The monsters are pretty badass, and the main character's acting was on point. Looked pretty young, but he's already starring in the movie. Yep, definitely Roland. Apparently, he won the award for Best Actor and was signed by a famous entertainment company for the Golden Age. What was it called again? Haraka? Can't imagine you following what goes on with celebrities. There's a lot you can't imagine. The ending was pretty bland, but it's a pretty decent memory in hindsight. Now, this kind of entertainment is a luxury. That's one of the privileges of living in a time of peace. Movies seem lame, but they're a symbol of happy life. The freedom to have fun wherever you want, whenever you want. A happy life, A world like that seems so far away. What is the standard for happiness for people in the Golden Age? Was it having enough food, warm clothes, a job that can support you, and a home that awaits your return? Scavengers, these are unreachable hopes. Well, it's no use thinking on it now. We can't even say for sure if we'll survive. Zack stands up and puts out the fire in front of him. Prepare to move out. Under the guidance of Roma, the scavengers see the grey steel building get closer and closer. As they proceed deeper into the forest, Cordes notices some subtle changes in the scenery. The strange sound from the depths, the cracking sound of dead branches breaking, the increasingly obvious scarlet light emitting from the plants. Originally, he thought it was red berries or leaves, until he accidentally broke a branch when he passed a narrow path. Red, a viscous liquid flows out with the bark and drips on the grass. The poison virus. What was that? Something's wrong with these plants. They seem to be infected with the virus. Sap shouldn't eat its color, even for the red leaves. Enough with the botany lesson. You mean these trees are infected, but the punishing concentration here is low? Let me do what you thought to break the nearest branch. Don't. Destroying the plants might cause the concentration to rise. Alright, keep it down. Looking at the plants, you can see that they are no ordinary plants. They seem to be extending in this direction. With that, Cordes puts aside the wild bushes and follows red plants deep in the forest. It's reasonable to assume that these plants aren't affected by the virus. There must be a reason for this mutation. Hey, slow down. Wait, don't go that way, it's too dangerous. Seeing in front of him causes Cordes to be momentarily at loss for words. Passing through the lush overgrowth, he sees a completely different scene from the forest behind him. Scarlet crevasses are covered with green plants. Interspersed with them, he sees dazzling red vegetation and deformed humanoid creatures crawling within it. The humanoid creatures crawl on four legs, which are constantly changing shape. Rattling from the menacing bone spurs on their limbs echoes through the forest. For a moment, Cord is thinking that he has stumbled into hell. The weird and twisted creatures in front of him are like souls burning in hellfire. But as Beardy grabs him tightly, he slowly comes to his senses. Holy what are those things? Beardy's voice is distorted out of fear. His sudden outburst causes the unaware creatures to notice him. One of the creatures tilts its head and slowly begins to crawl towards the scavenger. Familiar red cord, the thickness of a woman's forearm, trails behind it. Rigging McEntrows or an umbilical cord. Its chest is connected to one end in which his red sphere beats wildly. The creature's head lacks any facial features, slowly turns to the human in front of it, as if observing him. He lifts up its forelegs and stands up, then waddles towards the scavenger like an infant. Inspired by the first creature to stand up, the others The other creatures crawling on the ground stand up in a twisted manner. Dozens of pale creatures in the forest stand up and turn to face the scavengers. Their bloody umbilical cords drag on the ground with a sticky, oozy sound. Finally processing what he is witnessing, feeling only emotion that occupies the forefront of the scavenger's mind is fear. As he gets within close range, the pale skin on the creature's face peels back, followed by the dark red flesh underneath, revealing a cavity in its skull. Two rows of firm white spurs grow along both sides of the cavity, like poor imitations of human teeth. Ah, ah! Almost like exactly like chords, the creature wails from within its round cavity, mechanically repeating the scream. He puts his two hands in front of his chest, one higher than the other. The same posture as chords, with his gun drawn. But the posture lasts less than a second, only to be disrupted by a barrage of gunfire. The creature staggers back a step and slowly tries to lift up his arm, which has been blown off. What are you doing, just standing there? Zach's yell causes Beardy to suddenly wake up from the nightmare. Pushing Cords away, the gun in his hand unleashes a fierce blast of flame. The gunfire blasts the creature right in its head and chest. What are you doing, Rag, standing there, Ag? Even on the verge of collapse, the creature continues to mimic them like a mirror, trying to replicate human behavior. Horrific sight causes Beardy's hair to stand on end. Well, why won't it stop? Reader raises his gun to shoot the creature with an even larger barrage. The exploded red sphere breaks in a splatter, sending scarlet blood mist into the air. Scavenger's bare skin begins to fester due to infection. White rivers begin to grow outside the broken red heart of the creature. The punishing virus! Just like those monsters growing in the red tide! They're all viruses! Run, there are too many of them! It's too dangerous here! Go to CF! Go, 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 go! Following Zach, almost out to the top of his lungs, and points to the huge tower in the distant forest. Get a move on! Follow me straight through here, that's where the tower is. Run! Corday stumbles, but Beardy yanks him up by the collar. The group dash past the eerie, slow creatures and through the withered forest, sparing no time or attention to surroundings, not even the fact that Romo, who initially told them to run this way, is no longer following them. The ragged-dressed refugee comes to a halt and raises his hood slightly as he solemnly watches the monsters gradually surround him. Maleficent's influence has already begun to take hold. That was faster than expected. What did Cinderella do? What a pain in the ass. Now it's not your time to take the stage. I can't let you disrupt Lee's performance. Mind getting off the stage. Time for Roland to kill some creepy demon babies. Or would these be creepy demon fetuses, seeing as how they're not born yet? Hi! So you won't attack me if I don't attack you. Come here. Follow me. Follow me. Come on, follow me. Follow me, you waddling idiots. Follow me, you waddling idiots. See, bad actors know how only to imitate. You still have so much to learn.
The audience is watching.
Nice try, buddy. Now I can meet those scavengers. Can't waste too much time, I'll get suspicious and think of a reason. Refugee was lost in the forest. I'm gonna make myself look more awful. That will do. Alright, time to go to the next scene. Follow the ominous death particles. Go this way.
This is the end. Are you happy with this farce?
Head pat. Did we lose them? Looks like it. I don't see any behind us. After running for a long time, the forest and monsters are finally gone. At least for the time being. The scavengers come to stand in the clearing. Tall steel buildings in the distance block most of the sunlight in front of them, casting heavy shadows on the field. This is bizarre. Yeah, evil plans seem to be fucking weird. The CPFs were a form of hope for that people in the post-pandemic age lived on. Now they're lighthouses that lead Babylonia to recapture Earth. Several conservation areas have been built around the filter towers, carrying the hopes of many to still wander on Earth. The facilities at the base of the tower are entwined by mysterious vines. Even after standing in the wind and rain for decades, the white paint on the tower still remains clearly visible. CPF 40. Central Purification Filter 40. We made it. Zack cannot help but take a number 2 steps forward. Only by looking up can he see the tower in its entirety. The red light at top of it looms in the gray sky. Looks like the tower. Wait, where did that bastard go? Beauty's loud outburst echoes in the clearing, startling Zack, looking at the tower in contemplation. Trying to give our position away to all those monsters. No, our guide's missing. Romo? Looks like we got separated when we ran away. Looks like he's a goner. He could barely stand on his feet. Guess those monsters tore him to pieces. As soon as Beardy speaks, the hero rustling of branches and footsteps coming from the forest as if something is approaching. Zack immediately raises his gun and points it in the direction of the noise. Tension in the air causes the trio to freeze. The bush is shaken and a dirty gray figure emerges from within. He raises his hand in horror when he sees the barrel of guns pointing right at him. It's me, dude. Well, crap, you made it alive. I thought you were. I know the force like the back of my hand, so. Zack's gun still remains firmly trained on the compliant refugee, even though the crisis has been averted. Were those the monsters you were referring to? Yeah, I warned you guys, didn't I? Roma nods in panic as if the men's guns are more frightening than those monsters. He carefully observes Zack's expression and adds in a low voice. I normally don't encounter them the way I go. If I do, they just crawl around and don't attack. I've never seen so many. Do you know where the entrance to CPF is? Yeah, I do. Front door won't open though. We have to go in through the inner vent. Hurry, let's go in. The monsters are swarming the outside. Hear that? We're all here. Let's go. Lead the way, Mr. Guide. Beardy smiles and raises his hand to power him on his shoulder. Veromo flinches with a frightened expression. What's the matter? I'm not gonna hit you. Forget it. Beardy shrugs and turns to look at the filter tower in front of him. That tower sure is tall. Hey, Cords, we're like the protagonists in that movie Zack's likes, aren't we? Going for the damn force and encountering those damn monsters to search for something that might not even exist in this damn tower. Zack remains quiet and sighs. No way with the protagonists. The protagonists are out saving the world. No one cares about our story. Even a B-rated movie might be better than our current lives. Well, surprise, fuckheads! You're on screen right now, so shut up. Also, the Grey Raven just got our asses kicked. We are not saving the world right now. But yeah, it is a bit weird, but Roland's just a weird guy in general, so I'm just rolling with it. At least some people will see us fight and survive. Scavengers gradually approach the CPF in silence. This time, none of them are aware that they stepped foot onto a stage. Stage performance has been planned long in advance. The only spectator is gazing from the chaos deep inside the tower. Through the winding vines that entangle the forest, the vacant eyes of the hetero creatures. They're all gonna be eaten alive. They're gonna be food. They're virus food. It's going to eat them. CPF. Recording. The impact of the orbital strike has greatly reduced the coverage and concentration of the red tide. These losses are negligible because that thing has appeared deep beneath the scorched earth. The impact of discovering such a thing is no less than the moment I found the hetero core. At first I didn't even fully comprehend what that thing was. It's like a revelation, an affirmation of my long persistence. Although it shares the same characteristics as the hetero creature incubators, it must be completely different inside. I call it the mother. It seems that their mister, very interested in this new discovery, so under the rewards for trading with him, I got a helpful assistant. He's a keen knowledge of hetero creatures and is an intelligent candidate for ascension. Using her intellect, I found an incubation method to ensure that Mother can unleash its full power. Silhouette calls it maternal love, the protective instinct of human mothers towards their children. She then implants to say that the mother has been an excellent incubator. It seems human emotions aren't completely useless. Maybe my previous directions were mistaken. For this reason, I am simulating a subtle intervention to observe how emotion will affect Mother internally. Unfortunately, I do not understand emotions. The data provided by Cinderella is too unitary. I need more human specimens. Intact litter human specimens must be introduced into the area where the test subject is located through non-combative means. This is no easy feat. Besides, the surrounding area has been scorched by the orbital strike. As a result, humans avoid the area out of fear. Must admit, Roland is far more capable in this regard. Despite after the Battle of the Polyphage, I lost contact with Roland. I presume he's already become Norseman for the Red Tide. It seems that this experiment can only be carried out with a highly differentiated unit is. These humors explore people to polio by taking advantage of humans' desires for gains. Just like how I spread the Red Tide's gospel. Let these humans who are still struggling on Earth today witness the will of the punishing virus. Having made their way into the exposed ventilation duct, scavengers are slowly crawling inside the narrow and dark space. Following Roland around and around for the opportune time, they finally find a way out of the duct. Flickers of daylight shine through the dome. It's the only source of light inside this giant tower. This magnificent facility, left behind since the time of the Great Evacuation, also falls victim to the ravages of nature. You just roll into with it. Exactly, sis, exactly! You just roll into with it. Soft, moist grass covers connecting passages. Vines and branches get all tangled up between the iron walls and staircases, opening the doors stretchingly used to seal off the mysterious chambers and going all the way up in the very bottom of the tower. Scavengers immediately see the boxes scattered across the bottom like they bear the world government icon. Over there, supply crates! Stairs down were destroyed by overgrowth, so that you have to cling to the edge and gradually climb down using the bare vines. Right as Beardy is about to reach the bottom, the vine snaps under his weight, causing him to fall to the ground with a heavy thud. Broken vine begins to writhe like a worm. Suddenly, the red plant rapidly regenerates from the severed vine. Convulsing momentarily, the green cuticle covers the entire branch again. Compared with the branches of an ordinary vine or plant, this weird, twisted thing is more like the tentacle of a mollusk. Beater screams and dumps the plant in his hand. He quickly takes out the gun that's been hanging on the side of his bag. What the hell is this thing? It seems like the vine is mutated just like the plants in the forest. If their suspicion is correct, ensuring it will only increase the plants in concentration just like those monsters. We're corrupted now. I've had enough. Romo. Yeah, I'm here. Are there any of the monsters you saw in the tower too? I don't know. If I find out you're lying. Sus. Beardy, who was already leading the way over to the supply crate, suddenly turns around and gestures to be silent. Quiet. Looks like we're not alone here. Beardy walks around the pile of supply crates and discovers a person sitting in the corner behind the crates. However, it wasn't a person. Instead, the corpse was leaned against an empty supply crate. Its skull has been pierced by a branch, and its mouth hangs motionlessly agape. Its decayed hands are an empty grift. It's holding something tightly before it died. The scarlet plant entwined around its body, almost assimilating it with the surrounding environment. The group falls silent at horrific sight. Birdie curses and walks up to the body. Hey, watch out for the plants! Birdie replies he keeps a distance to poke the corpse as well as the plants around with his gun and backs off quickly. It's okay, it's not moving. Confirming that the plants won't ambush them, Birdie kneels down next to the corpse and expertly pats it down, looking for anything useful. Not finding anything, Birdie turns over the backpack that folds to the sides and shakes his head and proves it back. The unidentified corpse is nothing that can be deemed useful. Nothing. Looks like there's been at least 3 other groups that came here before us. Points at the bullet marks on the supply crates and grins. I see 3 different kinds of bullet holes, new and old. Looks like there was a firefight here. This unlucky bastard didn't make it out. Check the area, see if we can turn up anything useful. We can't go home empty-handed. The other three nod. Readying their weapons, they spread out in opposite directions without having to say another word. Huh, a book. Kor steps in front of an unlucky corpse. He bends down to pick up a book that appears to have fallen out of his hand. He carefully turns the crisp paper. The sallow pages are stained with oxidized blood. Looks like a religious text. Story of Genesis, Eden, the Tree of Life. Oh, is that the hit book, the Bible? Why is that? What's that doing here? Why are you always so obsessed with weird stuff? Take only things that are really useful core days. Don't forget our rules. I know. Serious, clear. I didn't find anything. How about you guys? I found 2 boxes of military rations and 1 box of ammo. Looks like they belong to the ground troops. They're hidden out of sight. I almost missed them. Zach, see something? Zach remains quiet. He doesn't appear to hear what Birdie said. He just stares at a spot on the tower. Zach, you okay? See something? Only until Birdie walks up and pats him as he slowly turns his head. Pat walks up to him, pats him as he slowly turns his head. His face contorts into a strange expression as he points to the area he's been observing. That's the ventilation facility at the bottom of the tower, which hasn't been damaged by branches and vines yet. Tangled up vines finding their way around the fan blades on all the vents. A gust of wind is coming from the depths of the vents. The longer it comes, the noise of some large operating mechanoid. The sound is a dramatic beat, reminiscent of a heartbeat. If I'm not mistaken, it's barely noticeable, but I think this tower is still in operation. Hyperplasia. Still in operation? What? But hasn't this place been abandoned for ages? I thought I saw a red light on top of the tower, which means it's in operation. But I couldn't see really clearly with all the fog and the mist. I thought it was just my imagination. But I'm almost positive that this tower is still in operation. But why? What was that? Error. Followed the song vibration. The facilities in the tower flashed with a red warning light. From the dark recesses of the air vent, a thick branches break the fan attack. Zach, the closest person to them. Warning, external damage to central purification filter detected. Damage rate at 50%, damage rate at 60%. Once the virus filtration will be activated at 90%. Please follow instructions to evacuate the tower in an orderly fashion. Intermittent broadcasts can be heard all throughout the tower. Bang! Zack shoots and breaks the fast-twitching bench, then notices the change in the vent. Inside the vent, he hears the demonic cacophony of restless stirring and grinding teeth. Suddenly, countless header creatures break through the vent and begin pouring out. Mucus from abscesses on the plants is like a torrent of decaying organisms. They entwine and gather to form new creatures, making a swarm sound just like a swarm of insects. Fuck! We need to get the hell out of here! Run! No time to shoot. There's too many of them. Too dangerous down below. Head to higher ground. Is it time to book it again?
Show me how you would use
Oh, hey, dearie. Hey, darling. Hey, darling. Hey, dearie. Hey, decent person. Glad you can make it. Glad you can make it. I'm staying back to the same stage as always. Not affected by wind. What a hassle. Next, we can't listen to the director's instructions. There's no doubt he'll be fired. Out of a can in this case. Time to kill some monsters for the sake of the bad guy's evil plan. Because we're playing from the bad guy's POV. Three ways of these ugly. Ow, 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 do not slap me. Do not slap me. This is, that one's dead, that one's dead. I'm shooting, ow. Nope. You are not eating me. I want you dead, you dead. You dead, kill everything. Next wave. Fan's gonna turn off, thank you. Ran a dodge.
Where you go?
Final wave. Just combo the fuck out of this guy.
The audience is watching. Where you go?
One down. Two down to me. One left. Did you just fucking teleport over there? Rude.
The audience is watching. This is climax.
There we go. Remarkable. Maybe those humans survive longer. Anyway, let me deal with the problem at hand.
Ouch.
Rude. Okay, so this is a massively buff one compared to the other ones. Okay. Unfortunately, it staggers like a little baby. Oh,
The audience is watching. Where are you going? This is the climax of the play.
there we go. Just unlock that guy to death. It always
This is the
works.
end. Are you happy with this farce?
Seeing as ends with people getting fed to a monster? No, Roland. The airtight valve is tightened under the joint force of the 4 people. The scavengers sit in the compartment at the periphery of the tower, gasping for air. A swarm of hetero creatures is barricaded on the other side of the door. They appear to be safe for now. But this door doesn't mean that the hetero plants will stop their assault anytime soon. They hear a loud crashing against the door like a drum from hell. Small vines wheel their way through a crack in the door, continuously deforming it as if trying to use their own volume to pry open the door. Damn it, are these things sentient? What the hell is going on with this tower? Damn plants, they're using the virus to erode the tower. But yeah, it just hugs everyone in the chat. Looks like those plants we saw along the way weren't really plants after all. They were mutated by the virus just like those things in the red tide. Should have realized this earlier. A violent shaking comes from outside. The plants begin a new wave of assault. The dilapidated railings let out a sad cry under the weight of the assault. Watch your footing! Beauty quickly pulls Cordace, who is about to fall due to a loose steel plate under his feet, and drags him to the platform for a more stable ledge. Thanks. Cordace sits on the ground and gasps for air. Standing next to him, Romo notices something had fallen beside Reddy's foot, so he picks it up and hands it to him. You guys dropped this. Beauty takes the bag from Roma, opens it, looks at its constant, tosses it back to Cordace. Hey, you dropped your raisins. Told you a million times, those aren't raisins, they're hydrogana seeds. Having sealed the bag, Cord torts feebly as if he's fed up with having this conversation over and over again. Hydrogana? Hydrogana? The new variant we developed. Stem has high rigidity and won't droop under the weight of too many flowers, like the common blue hydrangea, and it's more resistant to pets. Why are you carrying that? I promised my daughter I would grow her the most beautiful blue hydrangea, layer after layer of different shades of blue. Planning on filling the garden of our future home with them. He looked at the seeds with a soft look in his eyes, as if recalling a fond memory. However, his expression fades a moment later, replaced by deep sadness. This is my research, or rather, the last fruits of my research. I can't even find a safe place to live. Here you are talking about planting flowers for your daughter. Where's your daughter now? When we went out to look for supplies, the city was attacked by corrupted. My daughter went missing. When I get back, all I saw were ruined corpses. The seedlings I wanted so desperately to plant with my daughter were also destroyed. I looked everywhere, but I never found her. I later heard she was rescued by ground forces. For how many casualties the army suffered, I don't know how many people are still alive. I haven't been able to find any lost in ground forces. Wherever they appear, it's like the battlefield. We can't always run the risk of getting too close. For such a long time, I thought to give up. I heard that people consider separated family members in the red tide. So, I insisted on going despite Zack rejecting. When I got there, I didn't find her in the email I even caused. That's all in the past. The most important thing is that we're still alive. You should be happy that you didn't see your daughter in it. There's nothing good about the red tide. Maybe you can ask your daughter when we get to the conservation. But your daughter when we get to the conservation area. Don't give up. And I heard there's a place in the conservation area for growing hops. You can have a stable and safe place to call home. Then you can make your daughter's wishes come true. Zack pats Cordace on the shoulder in silent consolation. Cordace stands up with a bitter smile and puts the bag of seeds back in his breast pocket. If we can even get out of this place alive, that is. Let's go. This isn't the first time we've had our lives on the line. Roma hesitates for some time, unsure of what to say. If... A sudden roar interrupts Roma. The steel frame overhead groans, being pushed by brute force. The whole tower shakes violently from the rapid growth of plant life. It seems that time when the tower is being fast-forwarded. The unprecedented plant growth causes the floors to crack from erosion. The invading plants begin to gradually pry open the sealed iron door. The group can hear the monsters hissing outside. Behind you! Jack quickly points his gun in Romo's direction, shouts to him in reminder. Romo looks back hurriedly and sees the previously closed elevator doors are now teeming with tiny scarlet vines, like nerves and blood vessels threading on the wall. But a second later, the elevator opens quietly. Several scarlet branches stretch out from within, quietly latching onto the legs of the nearest person. Ah! It all happens within the blink of an eye. Zack curses shoots at the branches, but doesn't shoot out of fear of shooting Romo. Struggling refugees drag to the edge of the elevator. Romo latches onto the elevator door, which hasn't fully opened. He sees the deep elevator shaft extending to the depths below him. The infinite darkness is like the ravenous throat of a giant beast. Run upstairs, you fools! Before he can finish his sentence, the vine pulls him down the shaft. Damn it! What do we do now? You heard him. Get to higher ground. This is a rare race of great disparity in strength. Losing their guide, the scavengers have to move on their own. For them, this is no longer CPF that brings hope to people, but a cave of evil beasts, a place where all fears and disasters are bred. But yeah, how is everyone doing tonight? Doing tonight? I'm doing well. I'm having fun. I'm curious how everyone else is doing. Corruption. There was a slight gust of wind from the elevator shaft. The steel frame creaks with the tension of the chain link as a figure in the grey cloak slowly descends from above. In one fluid motion, the figure gracefully lands on his feet while producing even the faintest of sounds. If there's a stage in a spotlight, then he must be the acrobat gathering all the attention of the crowd. The figure walks down the intricate staircases with the familiarity of walking in one's home. He takes off the hood that's been covering his head, shakes his messy long hair, and gives a curtain call to the petite figure sitting in the room. Mission complete. Are you satisfied with my performance, miss? I would appreciate if you could make my exit more dignified. With your abilities, Roland, you can leave at any time without my help. Sorry, I can't help making things more dramatic. Ah, is that how it is? I see. She gently nods in understanding and casts her eyes back to the monitors. This is the location closest to the CPF centrifuge array as well as the central hub underground. The real mother grows and incubates there, so Cinderella has transformed it into a greenhouse similar to the underground waterways. Terminal composed of multiple monitors is pieced together in the center of the greenhouse. A screen displays different images throughout the CPF. The images contain tangled lines, damaged facilities, wandering hunter creatures, and dead bodies quietly drying in the gas between plants. Most of the screens are static images, only a few in the middle show signs of human activity. The monitors constantly change as they follow the group's movement from different angles. Peculiar waveform accompanied with data is displayed in the upper right corner of each image. After confirming the change in numbers and waveforms, the hive mother separated by the glass on the other side occasionally sends out violent fetal movements. Impressive! You've got quite the knack for capturing the perfect angel. This was the golden age. I'm sure you'd win an award for best director. Mother sees everything. The entire CPF and even its surrounding forest have become an extension of its senses. Cinderella eyes remain fixed on the plastic images and data on the screen. Did Roma fall down the elevator? Into the elevator shaft. Fall to strange plants, I'm afraid he's already. Ah, look, they're worried about me. Looks like I've still got it in me. Variables have been introduced into the experiment. Beginning observation. In the gray surveillance video, the knotted branches suddenly split. The red abscesses resemble within, and the red abscesses within gently, and the red abscesses within resemble gelatinous eyes. Those exposed red spears rotate from time to time among the benches, watching from the shadows everything happening inside the tower. These eyes relay what they see to Mother. Your mission is complete. Will these guests be helpful to your research? Mother's incubation rate has steadily increased due to stimulation from outside the CPF, changing mental state of the humans inside it. The final transformation will complete in approximately 4 hours. After that, incubation will begin. Now that we're almost done, I've had a question for this Mother. What's going to hatch out of it? The This is Gabriel's unfinished business. I don't fully understand it, but I will continue his research based on the information he left behind. Gabriel, it's a pity that Alpha finally got the best of him. Even if his memory cell was more intact, I don't think it's possible to recover all the data. I watched every move while he tinkered with those hetero creatures, so I know the details of his experiment. I was thinking, if you tell me about Mother, I'll fill you in on the details? Roland smiles and lifts his palms up in a gesture of sincerity. We're in this together, you know. I think it's a fair trade. Speaking of which, I've seen Gabriel repair hetero creatures broken beyond recognition. His skill and technology really amazed me. Cinderella looks up at Roland. A touch of emotion flashes in her dark golden eyes. Darren Meister told me a story. A group of greedy adventurers awoke a slumbering demon while stealing the treacherous lair underground. When the demon woke up, he saw that humans are weak and greedy, and decided to reshape the world. Oh, I see. So these actors are playing the role of those adventurers. Everything in this tower is a play from Mother, is that right? As for me, I'm also an actor in this performance, correct? Darren Meister's exact words were, "Let Mother witness humanity's potential." He said you are the hunter now. Roland pauses for a moment and busts out laughing. Did I really need to thank him for looking at it from my perspective? Perhaps it would just be easier to just show you Gabriel's recordings. No longer paying attention to Roland, soon the relic reaches out to the terminal. Interface confirmation, data recovery, complete, confirming identification, complete. Data generating, initiating final command before shutdown. Sequence of records broadcast on the monitor, containing the entirety of data from Gabriel's discovery of the heterocore shards, all the way to his ceasing of functionality. Recording. Mouse, stop being scuffed. Work, you accursed blasted machinery. Damage just no, I don't want to skip the story. Sustained by damage sustained by Alpha. Framing critical condition. Available means of attack 0. Nero circuit losing functionality. Searching to back up memory block. Memory structure still intact. Properly analyzed, complete experimental records can be recovered. Looks like I will no longer see the virus's final answer. What a pity. Fortunately, as long as Darren Meister upholds the promise, my infinite business will continue. I've marked the location of Lover. Cinderella will pick up where I left off. After witnessing my body be dismembered once more, I suddenly came to understand that before I became an Ascendant, no, even before that, how to define data that has occupied this memory cell before gaining sentience. A bottle of alcohol broken over my body, a cigarette burning against my skin. My head was trampled in the dust, and I can only tremble in Lover's lack. For something broke the factors of my programming. Helpless, loathing, unwilling insanity. Even now, those meaningless things occupy my neural circuit. Useless memory data that has been deleted somehow finds its way back into my memory cell. But it is too late to find the cause of this error. Time's running out. I've dedicated myself to the Ascension Network. These are my last words. The recording stops. The rest is intermittent static. The screen turns black. Only the red light, indicating and flashes in the dark, just like the red eyes under the mask of the crazed martyr who refused to stay down. Cinderella ends the broadcast with no expression on her face. Vernon watched the recording as he was staring at Roland's reaction silently. This is all the data Gabriel left behind. Stubborn bastard up to the very end. The real culmination of the virus, well, seems like the things in this mother are far more troublesome than the Pedagogue to Queen. Honestly, I can't say I'm too fond of this. Good things Babylonians got their hands full for the time being. Now is a good time to proceed with our work while they're distracted. Roland seems to go at this with fortune, yet his narrow gaze is like a surging undercurrent in the depths of a tranquil pool. Now it's your turn to provide details on Gabriel's experiments not mentioned in the recordings. Of course, I'm a man of my word. Speaking of which, what were Gabriel's last words? Cinderella remains quiet as she opens another data file. Gabriel's voice begins to play. His voice is deep and hoarse, reminiscent of the angel of death blowing a horn to declare the end. This is the selection of a higher will. Time is running out. The real combination of the Blessing Virus's will soon come into being. Movement. I don't like that. Looks like this place should be okay. I wonder if Romo's alright. Don't think anyone could survive falling from that height. We've seen our fair share of death along the way, haven't we? Don't let this get to you. We're still alive, that's what matters the most. Now the problem is, how do we get out of here? The plant's completely blocked our way in, so we can't possibly go back the way we came. Now we gotta find a new way out. Those damn plants have blocked the evacuation route. The only way out is to destroy the plants from the outside. Those things can even be called plants. Let's throw those abominations straight to hell. Normal plants can't possibly grow this fast, can they? Cool, Ace, you're the botanist here. What do you say? They just look like plants, but internally they're same as those monsters created by the punishing virus. From the way they're moved, they're more like appendages rather than plants. Okay, just empty my water bottle. I need to head out to fill that after this chapter. Gabby be fucking great. Yeah, Gabriel was honestly, Gabriel's character makes sense now. He wasn't makes sense now. Give me a second, just something. I don't think he was a city discount nihilist. I think he was a religious robot, and the punishing virus was his fucking god. In other words, we can't just destroy them. Correct. Damaging them will just release a high concentration of the virus, which we're not fucking equipped to deal with. We're also running low on ammo. We'll run out of ammo before we can even put a dent in them. We haven't even managed to scrounge supplies either, despite the numbers of bodies here. Ultimately, it's my decision to come here. My poor judgment got us into this mess. I'll get you guys out of here, no matter what. Zach picks up his backpack and pulls out a worn notebook and charcoal pen. The emergency exit's blocked off. We'll have to leave from the main entrance. Now that it is closed, we'll have to find the central control room and open it from there. He quickly draws a crude map and marks several points on it. No, I don't want to skip the story. If the structure of each filter tower is basically the same, the central control room is usually located in the middle of the tower. After all, it's in the name. But we can't use the elevator, so it's up to us. While we're going to the previous area, I noticed that the ladder we climbed to mean we're in the lower part of the tower. If we want to get on the stairs to the upper level, we'll have to go through this access corridor. Scavenger draws a long line on the map across the entire tower. Now that we have a target, let's go. Fish-shaped monsters of faint fluorescent roam the dark access corridor, hiding behind the giant machinery off in the distance. The scavengers clutch their weapons instinctively. What should we do? We have to go through here to get to the other side. With this many of them, we got our work cut out for us. Even if we use all we got, we'll only hold out for half a minute. Want to try forcing our way through? That's gotta be tough. Our only option is to try explosives. Wait, won't that blow up the corridor too? You want to underestimate the structural stability of the CPF. It'll take a lot more than a few explosives to do that. Roger. Beardy nods and raises his weapon in preparation for Zach's next command. But as if suddenly thinking something, Quartz raises his hand to stop Zach from taking explosives out from his bag. Wait, it looks like some kind of deep sea fish. Zach, remember those red tide monsters we ran into from before? They have similar forms to animals and behave like them. Those flying insects are scorpions. We used fluorescent rods to attract their attention to escape from the sewer. Hearing this, Zach puts the explosives back in his bag and turns to the cords, who's suddenly excited by the stroke of genius. So what do you suggest? Those fish-like monsters also imitate the behavior of animals. They'll likely have the same habits as deep-sea fish. Cords expresses his excitement and lowers his voice. Because there's almost no light down there in the ocean depths, many deep-sea fish have abandoned their eyes to have listened. Some fish have eyes, but they no longer work. Mouse? That is to say, they're blind. They don't use their eyes to judge the position of their prey. They locate them using sound waves. So, as long as we make a noise to distract our attention to cover our movement, we should be able to clear a quarter of this length in about 8 seconds. You're right. You mean we still need this thing? Zach smirks and grabs the explosive again. Yes, but we need to be careful where we throw it. How about over there? Zach points to the energy pipeline at the fork. It is a little far from the corridor, so if it was detonated over there, all the monsters drawn to it. chain reaction from igniting the pipeline should also give us mad time, allowing them to run to the other end of the corridor. Ready? The count of 3. The other two nod and prepare to make a run for it. 3, 2, 1! As soon as Zack finishes counting down, he tosses the explosive in an arc towards the pre-designated location. As soon as the land, Birdie shoots with marksman precision. Beard, I mean. Then, with the deafening sound, she floats into the energy pipeline, causes a burst of sound waves. The monsters that were still wandering aimlessly immediately rush towards the direction of the sound. Run! The light from the explosion illuminates the corridor, and the scavengers rush forward at the moment of the explosion. Before the end of the vibrations and sound generated by the explosion, they successfully step on the platform at the other end of the corridor. And the embers left with the explosions, several vines begin to connect. Red light spots extended downward along the vines. Something has opened its eyes amid the chaos. Oh no. Not bad. Leaning against the wall, Roland looks at the surveillance monitor and nods. Their seamless cooperation reminds me of teams from Babylonia. Everyone is good at some things and bad at others. But when they work together, they're more than the sum of their parts. It's enough to give you a headache. Thinking of a certain band of ravens, are you, Roland? The threat level of the scavengers is minimal. It's hard to say. You shouldn't underestimate anyone who can survive in such a hostile environment. That Meister of yours often refers to this as humanity's potential, no? However, I didn't expect to lure people who knew so much about the looks of the post-pandemic age. I'm curious, how far will they make it? What do you think, Cinderella? Want to make a bet? Normally, people turn against each other at this point. Lack of supplies, disagreements, fear, anxiety, suspicion, even emotional disputes. That's meaningless. I only care about the state of Mother. Okay, I expect nothing less from Gabriel's people. I feel like we've had this conversation before. Now, stop turning off. I thought a change of scenery would be entertaining, but it's just as boring as before. Show me how long you can struggle. It's not. Stop. Bad controller. It's not every time I get to see you acting differently. Keep me entertained for at least a while, alright? Sent to the show, or not? We made it. Feeling at your limits, the scavengers stand in front of the doorway. Dusty nameplate with the word Central Control Room written on it hangs on the open door. Is this what we're looking for? Didn't expect to find it. Seems like there aren't any monsters here, maybe because we're on such a high floor. Maybe the monsters can't climb stairs, or maybe we're just lucky. CPS often earlier serial codes are often prototypes. The government feared of punishing virus leak that the technology wasn't fully developed. So they were often built in less populated areas. Looks like it's smaller in scale and the interior hasn't been fully optimized. Central control room is the most important place in the tower, so it's relatively easy to find. Entering the room, Zack. Apologies, the ghost had the yawn. Entering the room, Zack smells dusty, stale odor, indicating that the room hadn't been open for quite some time. Zack shows a subtle expression like a long entangled hatred flash of memory. His eyes still a sense of hatred towards something he cannot separate from. Zack touches the console, causing the interference to light up. Looks like it's still working. Zack's hands trouble slightly with excitement. He puts his hand on the console and slowly exhales. You work on that. I'll go see if we can find anything else in the room. Zack nods and begins to study the complex control system. First, I need to locate the fire toward the entrance to anything but a command. Damn it, where the hell am I supposed to find a command? Steve probably said ages ago. Guess we'll see if we can at least open a side door. Wait. The last time this control system was activated was during the end of the PPA? Since the door to the tower was never opened, why is it still running? There hasn't been anyone to maintain the centrifuge array. There should be nothing. There's nothing to keep it in operation. What's going on here? The tower's still functional normally. There shouldn't be so many hetero creatures here. What's wrong? Your face is pale. Something's not right with this tower. That's for sure, pal. Look around at those planes and monsters. Of course something's going on here. Cute, you. Bless. Nope. Bless. Coco bless. I'm not. Are my yawns really that cute? Really that cute? Because yawning doesn't feel like a cute thing. It feels like I'm deploying deploying a fucking a mimetic weapon in the middle of them. Apologies for never yawn. That's for sure, pal. Look at all these fancy monsters. Of course there's something going on here. Did you know? Seeing someone yawn or talking about yawning makes you more likely to yawn? No, that's not it. I got this tower. My point is proven again. I got this tower started recently. That's what the operation log states. The control system says that was last activated during the PPA. So how is the tower activated? Who can bypass the control authorization here and start the tower? Zach puts his hand in trembling hand, swearing to himself. This tower has been in operation for at least 2 months. Something wrong with that? To put it in plainly, the CPF is just a super large air conditioner. The operation of the centrifuge array, the filter tower can separate gas to distant entities, allowing it to pull the punishing virus from the air and transfer it to the filter around base of the tower. Code bless. I wish my model had hands I can move so I could hide my face in my hands like on stream like I'm doing IRL because I'm blessing. With the operation of the centrifuge array, the filter tower can separate gas to different densities, allowing it to pull the virus from the air and transfer it to the filter element base of the tower. Therefore, it's necessary to do routine maintenance on the centrifuge array and clear the filter once it's reached maximum concentration. Generally, CPF in larger areas need to have maintenance. Routine maintenance once a month due to the air quality, but even CPF in force cannot go 2 months without maintenance. You just can't have that happen. But the virus concentration here is low and we can still breathe safely. Is someone maintaining it? Impossible, it's too complicated. Each step needs to be carried out strictly according to special instructions. Even the slightest error can lead to disastrous results. We can't joke around with the lives of everyone who lives in a 12-kilometer radius. I get now. I've been meaning to ask how you know all this. I know that you're a mechanical engineer, but I didn't know that you used to work in CPS. Was a mechanical engineer. Zach quickly corrects him. I didn't participate in the construction of my tower. I just had them in the array once since no one wanted to go near it. After all, it's not easy to maintain it. Any mistake will lead to infection. It's nothing but bad news. The only reward was an entry stick. In retrospect, I was just taken advantage of. That's the case. Where's the filtered virus going? That's the problem. Plants and monsters are on the long way here. I don't think they're that simple. After Zach presses a few buttons on the terminal, the projector screen suddenly lights up, showing an image. Even Rudy with no knowledge of CPF can see the seriousness of the situation. The image is covered with red warnings and data. Blesses again from Cuties, folks. Blesses again. Aww, thank you. Aww. Heart you too. What's this? The image is an indecipherable 3D model. It looks like a heart, but also an egg of some kind. Creature. Countless red cables stretch out from it, each with a high concentration of the virus. The cables look eerily familiar to scavengers. They have an uncanny resemblance to the umbilical cords of the humanoid creatures, force, or the plants in the cracks of the tower. These umbilical cords are like pipelines of energy supply, providing this thing with punishing virus. The virus, which should have been sent for the filter for the centrifuge array, is being redirected whatever the hell this thing is. Zach clenches his fist on the console even tighter. This level of concentration. Cordy's voice trembles. Doesn't even dare look at the alarming data that continues to escalate. Holy fuck! We're done for! Compared to the red tide, this is a whole new level. What's this progress bar? Beauty points to the progress bar at the bottom of the screen. It's visibly ticking up as they watch. 89.6%. What happens when it's full? Zach shakes his head in silence. Even if they can't get the answer, they know that when the progress bar is full, nothing good will happen. What should we do? We can handle 1 or 2 header creatures, but this looks completely out of our league. Should they escape and act like they don't see anything? Trio exchanges glances, apparently all thinking the same thing. The existence of something like this is a huge threat. We can't just let it go. Besides, The conservation area we're going to isn't far from here. Help. Call for help! This tower is built by the world government. There must be a communication system, an alarm system, and a special emergency frequency. If we can send the message, even if it's a radio signal, even if Babylonia's army doesn't receive it, as long as someone can receive it, someone might come to the rescue. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? I'll give it a try. Look at them trying to call for help. They have no idea that we can see all their running, hiding, struggling, and even trying to call for help crystal clear on the monitors. Looking at the scavenger with a serious look on the screen, Roland laughs heartily. His eyes are not smiling at all. Inside of them are only deep and complicated emotions. He hears a distant noise in his mind, like quietly dusting off an old roll of film and playing it again. Of course I do. First, the screen went black. After that, the cameras kept changing, but I saw everything. You running looking for a place to hide and ending up in the conference room. I saw the whole crisis. Roland shakes his head, forcing himself to recover from the chaos of noise. The scavenger's on-screen performance continues. They anxiously checking the large operation panel in the central control room, trying to find a way to contact the ground forces or Babylonia. The filter signal had long since been jammed. No one will hear their desperate cries for help. The scavengers in the image seem to realize this. They stand there on the console, their faces pale as a ghost. Roland has seen this look of despair countless times on helpless constructs and hopeless humans. Anyone else on their face? Anyway, please call the police ASAP. I gotta say, this attempt at boosting audience participation is a bit ham-fisted, but do you really don't want to know what real is? Even for just a moment, Roland still feels that pain tearing his stomach, feeling of nausea that he has buried in the depths of his soul a long time ago. It was as fleeting as an illusion, but the moment was as clear as day. Those feelings he thought would not resurface, like ghosts hidden in an abandoned house, began to haunt him one by one, with the progression of the performance. These feelings become stronger and stronger until they could no longer be ignored. Good show, jolly good show. Ron smiles with a slight grimace and jumps off the stack of home machinery and walks to the door. Watching these are dreadfully boring. I'm going to go find a place to sleep. Before he leaves, he glances back at the rusty schematic of the tower hanging on the wall and the location of hidden fire exits. Generally speaking, the audience isn't allowed on stage, but there's always an exception. Central control room, the free scavengers are slumped on the ground. Things aren't looking good. I've tried everything. They can't start the gate using the control system here. We can't send a distress signal, and now we can't even open the door. Possible. There's gotta be another way, right? We're so close to the conservation area. With the brink of fatigue, Brady drags to Hora and grabs Zack's clothes with his trembling hands. He keeps repeating his question, though a serious smile has disappeared from his face. Instead, there's only the gradual emergence of fear and despair. It seems that some string that's been stretched tight for a long time is finally about to break. No one responds. The control room is maddeningly silent. The intermittent hiss of the CPS being stringed by the plant's side knocked at their hearts. The direction screen is still lit. The progress bar reading is still growing. No. It's not over yet. Zack stands up slowly. Buzzing virus cover is all they're doing, damn it. As all his strength has been pulled away, he holds onto the console for support. However, his eyes are transfixed on the bright red color on the projection screen. Just because of an oversight before I went to sleep, I didn't notice the mechanical abnormality. No. Not because I've been lying. Hell, I'm still lying to myself. I said, how can my machines be infected with an organic virus? Isn't that just a common malfunction? I hid a mechanical abnormality and didn't report it. When I woke up, I opened the door. All the machines I was familiar with now had red eyes, their bodies stained with red blood. The only should have paid more attention to harm my family, harm the entire block. Zack, calm down. Zack closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. His hands on the console clenches into his fist. The CPFs are machines built to protect people. The conservation area was built around CPFs. Countless refugees were reunited on the tower. Mechanic engineers built the towers. How can we let these disgusting monsters act so recklessly? Zack puts his hands to the keyboard and begins to type rapidly. Several pages spread out on the projection screen. Computer nonsense sounds. Each page displays a number of tasks in various groups of centrifuges. Is he going to try and blow the tower up? I'm going to destroy the tower's centrifuge array, cut off power, and put a stop to the CPF. Even if we can't destroy the monster, we can at least prevent that damnable progress bar from increasing. CPF should be a Hope for humanity, not a lair for those monsters. The increasing alarm begins to echo throughout the entire tower. Warning, warning, centrifuge array in Sector A deactivated. Please contact maintenance personnel to resolve this issue immediately. Warning, warning, centrifuge array in Sector B deactivated. Please contact maintenance personnel to resolve the issue immediately. Warning, warning, CPF will be rendered inoperative without immediate course of action. Huh? Metrics and outcomes on the screen have changed significantly. Roland is a softie, that's why he's great, that's why I love him. This reading is Mother afraid? The progress bar is about to come to an end, slowly. Stops slowly and buzzes repeatedly for warning sound. Minus 94.5%. Minus 93.9%. 93.5%. Then the reading slowly starts to retreat. Mother! The moment she sees the reading beginning to retract, Cinderella's dark golden pupils suddenly shrink. She immediately looks towards the hetero hive. Mother, previously in a stable of strength, is now crying. Discarding the cords off the supply of hunting virus, they fall to the ground like a rapidly withering and rotting plant. The remaining red umbilical cords, hungry for more nutrients, slowly crawl with Mother to the place with the highest punishing concentration. Mother is starving because of them! Centrifuge arrays, 4 of them are already irreparable! Why? Trauma's never occurred in previous experiments. They're hurting Mother. No, I can't let this happen. Unfavorable factors in experiments need to be screened out. Cinderella raises her hand and gently sings a lullaby. The lullaby is calm and long, passing through the stacked steel frames and the iron pipes. Hetero creatures hiding in the dark, so having obtained some enlightenment, go in a certain direction under the guidance of Cinderella. Mother needs more space for delivering. Cinderella commends the hetero hive plants that pinch the cracks strip from the ceiling. Cross safe lights project on the Mother. The crack widens, Cinderella can now see what's above as Mother gradually moves in the direction. You got to be joking. Despite all the hetero creatures they'd seen along the way, none frightened them as much as the scene in front of the scavengers. From the glass wall in front of the central control room, they can see the scene inside the CPF. Only a faint skylight at the top of the tower illuminates the face floor, which had been eroded by the hetero plants. Sturdy, solid vines break open the floor to form a hatch. Huge black shadow appears from deep in the darkness. Something rises gradually on the branches and vines. Sounds of the CPF's walls being cracked and squeezed echo in the nearly fortified space. Dense black shadows like a giant parasite living in the tower, climbing up among the living branches step by step. Is that it? I didn't expect it to be hiding under the CPF. Is climbing outside because it exerted energy from the centrifuge array? This is only the beginning. Zack lowers his head and quickly operates the control terminal. Sweat drips from his forehead and falls in his trembling hand, just nothing to impede his work. I need to violate each safety protocol one by one. Never thought I'd see this today, but... Error, error. Centrifuge array in Sector C deactivated. Please contact maintenance personnel to resolve the issue immediately. Who could have thought doing this thing would end up helping humanity resist the virus? As Mother begins to rise, the vines become more aggressive. They continue to bang on the door to the control room. To combat discords and beauties barricade the door with heavy objects. Both of them slump on the floor with their backs against the heavy objects and look at Zack, who is hurriedly working in front of the console. Beauty looks like he's recovered to his usual appearance and smiles bitterly at his empty gun. Now we really have no way back, Zack. Hey, Beauty, you think those flower suits grow if I ingest them? Eh, you're always calling me an idiot. But I know you're the real idiot. I might know much about plants. Not burying a body under the flower patch burns their roots. I just feel sorry that I couldn't make my daughter's wish come true. But if I die, I just hope I don't see her there. I hope she's alive, that she lives to see when dawn of a new day comes. Given how long it's since you've seen her, still alive, she should be all grown up now. Cordes takes up a photo tightly wrapped in a sphere of plastic from his breast pocket and gently strokes it. In doing so, the small bag of seeds is squeezed out and gently falls to the floor. Cordes doesn't look up. His eyes remain firmly locked on the photo for a long time. In the yellowing photo, the girl with white hair and pink clothes looks like a gentle flower. She gives the camera a fresh smile. White hair? Pink? She's my pride and joy. Sorry, if I hadn't insisted on coming here, Is that Liv's dad? But I thought Liv's dad was supposed to be fucking rich! Unless he got rich off of Botsky? White hair, pink. Or is that Luna? Or is this Luna's dad? No. Or is this Luna? No, Luna had. No. Who the fuck is this? White hair sounds like a significant character. Give me a sec, I'm Googling. This is going to bug me. Huh. No point talking about these things at a time like this. No, we couldn't have reached the conservation scenario with the supplies we had. And obviously, you can't leave us. At least we'll die fighting, let alone against the entire tower of predator creatures. This would make one hell of a movie. We'd be the heroes. Even now, Beardy tries his best to lighten up the mood. Maybe because this is the role he's always played in the team. Maybe he simply doesn't want his partner Static Expression to be his last memory as they die together. Yeah, you're right. There's even someone to play the role of pulling out Star's picture right before he dies. We got all the roles covered. Zack chuckles. He lowers his hand and swallows the guilt in his eyes as he looks back at the projector screen. Good. Looks like Centrifuge Array in Sector D is also. Urgh! His abdomen feels ice cold at first, followed by intense heat and agonizing pain. Zack lowers his head slowly and sees a scarlet branch protruding from his abdomen as blood drips down from it and onto the table. Zack! All this happened so suddenly that no one had noticed branches emerging from the small vents in the ceiling. Due to the intense pain from the stab wound in his abdomen, Zack can no longer support himself and falls to the ground slowly. The wound quickly shows symptoms of plastic infection. A burning sensation rapidly spreads to his limbs. Cord, serum! Here! Cord hurriedly takes out the box of serums from his bag, grabs the vial, and prepares to give Zack an injection. Don't, it's no use. Don't waste it. Zack reaches out and stops Cord's hand holding serum, shaking his head. But I've had it coming. He shrugs to raise his head and looks at the progress bar on the reaction screen. Negative 79.9%. Is that it? Through the glass, the giant inscribable cell rises up to the height of the central control room. This appears to be the highest it can reach. The black armored cell happily wraps around the side of red underbelly. It frantically shakes the umbilical cord connected to it, screaming in agony. Yeah, you're right. We saw Liv's dad. He does have art. You're right. Then who the fuck is his daughter? That feels like 21. It is 20. No. 21 was born in captivity. It can't be her. Can't be her. Right? A moment later, the barricade door is smashed open by some immense force from outside. Outside, they see a pale girl floating, forever being hoisted in the air. Two fish-shaped headed creatures tightly holding strands of cloth hanging from her clothes, give her losing a foot. Doesn't Cinderella have white hair? Half-broken wings stretched out from behind her. The girl's golden pupils are like a bottomless haze of devoid of emotion. Please stop hurting, Mother. Please stop interfering with the tower. The girl raises her slender wrist and points to the huge cell hanging in the distance. Mother is about to go for the most crucial stage. I can't let her be in danger at this time. You should have come to help incubate, Mother. Instead, you heard it. This is an unforgivable sin. For her light, gentle tone, the pale, thin girl looks vulnerable. The scavengers knew the moment the door was torn open that sees no ordinary human, no mercy on their side. Now please, turn to a bouquet of red flowers for Mother. Slivered with the most cruel death sentence in her most gentle tone. Red Cinderella pushed her fingers at the scavengers. Giant holes blown out of the wall beside her with a sudden bang. Scrap metal and cement fly past her. Response, she quickly commands her fist, allowing her to escape unharmed. However, the sudden blast interrupts her attack. Oops, sorry, my aim was a little off. I didn't hurt you, did I? Look, my aim is suffer from being so weak right now. Figure appears on the breached wall. He shakes the chain blade in his hand, and the dust from the floats and slowly settles. Roland! I'm fine. Please be more careful next time. The figure emerges from the dust. Shaking the dust off his hair, he smiles gracefully. Good, I didn't miss the climax, did I? They hurt Mother and hindered their master's plan. They have to pay the price. Yeah, looks like they're already scared out of their wits. Think I can have a word with them? Sherlock silently floats to the side and lands on the corner of the room. Thank you so much. Roland looks at the scavengers with a smile. What a pity, especially you, Zack. William sure looks serious. I'd advise you to leave him behind. You can't escape with him. Aren't you, Roma? I'm surprised you recognize me when you're about to go unconscious. I'm touched! I was suspicious of you ever since I entered Tower. Golf. What? That's the refugee who led us here? Why'd you trick us? Scavengers surprised and realizing they were deceived. was just as Roland had imagined, but their reaction lacked intensity, probably because they already passed the point of exhaustion. I didn't trick you. The Force started supplies. Every word I said was the truth. You saw it with your own eyes. I gave you intel and warned you about the intel, but it was ultimately you who made the decision to come here, didn't you? So far, everything was on your own violation. I just led the way. Roland's smile disappeared from the corner of his lips. His tone carries a sense of pity. A trace of inexplicable sadness flashed his eyes as he looked at them. Maybe this was just another layer's act. You! Don't be angry. What if I said you have a chance to survive? You think we'll believe your lies? My apologies. What I said wasn't forthright enough. Roland reached out, gestures with a finger towards beading cords. You and you. If you leave Zach here, I'll ensure your safe departure from this place. How does that sound? Cut your bullshit. Even if we die, we'll die here together. Cords and Beardy struggled to lift up Zach, who was nearly unconscious. Stop pretending I've been with you long enough. It's not like I don't know how much you two want to live. We're not just going to leave him here to die! I'm just giving you your best option. Why are you making me out to be the villain? Don't worry about me. Hurry, only you two can survive. That's bullshit. We're not leaving you here. Nothing puts the audience at the edge of the seat. It's like, you go first. No, I won't leave you. Roland opens his arms in a grand gesture, mimicking a classic scene in the movies. Shakes his head. Normally, I wouldn't mind relieving some boredom with this kind of scene, but unfortunately, there's no time for that. Don't you feel the virus concentration rising? It's all thanks to you destroying the centrifuge array. Roland sighs in regret. Next second, the chain blade flashes a ray of cold. No, right, you did just the right tune. You're right, he didn't react. Can't be Cinderluck's dad. Roland sighs in cold regret. Next second, the chain blade flashes a ray of cold light as he attacks the scavenger sitting mostly on the ground. Two remaining conscious close their eyes, prepare for death. However, their interface to death does not come. Everything around them suddenly begins spinning as if they were tied up and fiercely thrown out. Before falling into the dark stairwell, Cords was a cold card in his hand and someone whispering in his ear. Walk along the direction shown in the picture. The basement has access to the outside. By the way, the mess has been cleaned up. Don't be too grateful. Roland, you fucking scamp. The last serum. Next chapter. The surviving Lucifer is now available. Roland stands by the hole, which has been tightly blocked off by a collapsed cement block, and pats his hands as he had just completed a warm-up exercise. Why'd you let them go? They were the only variables to have any direct effect on Mother. As you can see, Mother has had an emotional fluctuation similar to fear for the first time. Only when it knows what fear is can we know it's evolving in the right direction. They still haven't left the sensory range of Mother. Do you want to know what kind of stimulation can only be generated by surviving variables so far? It'd be insane to let such precious samples die so soon. Think of it as an encore. I'm also curious to see how far they can make it. It's much more interesting than those dramas in the tower, isn't it? Cinderella furrows her eyebrows faintly. This isn't part of the plan. Report this to their Meister. Let him make the final decision. Roland shrugs, neither agreeing nor disagreeing. As you wish. Roland connects his comlink and Vonnegut image appears on his terminal. How's the situation? Roland leans to one side, arms folded, and he looks at Cinderella leisurely as he waits for her to brief Vonnegut on the current situation. My negligence resulted in the centrifuge arrays provided Mother with nutrition being destroyed. Without a concentrated flexing virus, Mother has grown considerably weaker than before. Without human interference, Mother would have completed the task by now. Is that so? Vonnegut doesn't show any sign of anger upon hearing the sudden change of events. He only raises his eyebrows out of interest. I tried to repair the centrifuge arrays and started the CPF to complete the final sequence supply despite the low power. Incubation has been postponed also. Under incomplete conditions, the things in Mother's body may have unpredictable defects. No matter, you've done well. You and Mother have completed your mission with flying colors. And Roland, thank you for your efforts. I'll hold up my end of the bargain. Thank you. Babylonia has found the location of Mother, and they sent their contract forces to investigate. Take all the research materials and evacuate as soon as possible. But I'm afraid that Grey Raven will be joining them. Are you confident you can win without any consumption? We have more important matters to tend to. I understood. Good girl. Okay, so Vonnegut's taking Grey Raven seriously. That's not a good sign. As for you, your Mother, don't worry. Her time will come. Since the incubation of Mother will be delayed, it's better to have Babylonia's troops be its last guest. Set the stage for the final act. Return to my side and witness it with me. Transmission over. Saying farewell to Roland, Cinderella immediately returns to the underground greenhouse as instructed by Vonnegut. As Cinderella murmurs, the monitoring tower screens go black. She unplugs the storage device and inserts into terminal. She looks up at Mother, hanging above her, then turns and walks into the darkness. The monster's wailing seems to be close at hand. Scavenger's consciousness ebbs and flows in the chaos. Pale and dangerous strange girl, mysterious lying, the wailing from near to far, the pulsating bright red numbers in the black and red light flickering in front of them. Alright, he shut down the CPF's power in front of the monster taking it over. Even the power shut down as much as he could, the monster could not be stopped from growing. Losing much punishing supply, Mother seems to have fallen into temporary chaos, hanging from the top of the tower. Scarlet umbilical cords swing wildly in the air. Some have even withered, after struggling for a moment, they become paralyzed and are unable to move. However, not only are the hetero plants unable to move, from growth from the loss of nutrients, Zack was unable to move either. Zack's body has decayed too far for him to even stand up. He raises his hand, festering a spread from his cuffs. Pus and blood soaks the clove wrapped around his hands. Looking for the gaps in his finger, the scavenger sees a cell off in the distance. The gap of the black cell, the clear outline of a shadow, gradually emerges from the red interior. A strange feeling arises in the scavenger's mind. This kind of vision, which is as if there is nothing, sticks to his whole body. He feels something staring at him from the chaos. His vision is gradually stained to a bright red, so close to seeing what is staring at him in the cell. Suddenly, it turns dark before him, as if the bloody world is covered with a dense shadow. There you are. Someone stands in front of the scavenger. He opens his blood-sod eyes. The optic nerves suppressed by the virus make him unable to discern the figure in front of him. How pitiful. His voice carries the sound of frivolous laughter, as if the misery in front of him was something he was used to. Poor human, if only you were a construct. I would have been able to save you. You, Romo. Surprised. I didn't think you'd be able to tell who I am. Your friends have already left you. Really? Scavenger puts his hand deep in the backpack and fumbles for quite some time. Finally, he pulls out a vial of serum. If you see them, give them this, please. Cough, they're running low on supplies. If I remember correctly, Court is in charge of carrying the group's medical supplies. This one I kept for myself. We all did, just in case. So, if we're separated during an accident, we know at least know the others will survive. I'm helpless. You should have taken this while I had the chance. I'm the villain who deceived you. What makes you think you can believe me? I saw you save them. I don't know why you did it, but you did. There's no hope for me, except for you to carry them for the rot with me. I don't have a choice. Yes, to know what kind of person you really are. Roland looks at Zack with a blank expression. While searching for new recruits, many constructs have reached their hangout much in the same way, desperate to survive before being devoured by the virus. Roland the actor has seen countless tragic plays, and Roland the Ascendant has experienced countless tragic realities. This time, the human also reached out with a strong desire to live. He's asking him to save others instead. Is this a trick to win petty, or does the truth come out in one's dying breath? I just want everyone to live. I just want to get as much supplies as possible until we find a place where we can live. A place where Cordes can plate his blue hydrangea and watch them sprout into beautiful flowers. Maybe we could find the whereabouts of his daughter in that conservation area. We wouldn't have had to wander around because of the virus to get into ridiculous disputes anymore. Beardy wouldn't have to try and share stuff anymore. Tears fill out of his eyes, he trembles with pain. Scavenger's voice is so weak, it almost disappears from the roar of the tower. You mentioned that movie. Want to know how it ends? He finds out that the place with the secret treasure should have been is empty. The knight dies of despair. At least, that's how it should have ended. The lead actor of the film didn't agree with the script. That time he was so naive that people laughed at him. He believed that people could achieve happiness on their own accord. He said that reality is bitter enough. Why film a tragedy that will only break the audience's heart? So he convinced the director to change the ending. Right as night was about to be engulfed by despair, the god sleeping in the tower finally wakes up. He witnesses the hope, struggle, and despair of the night, and realizes that there's such a powerful force in the hearts of humanity, whom he once viewed as weak. Roland's voice is quiet and calm, like he's intimately familiar with the story. So the god gives humanity the kindling of hope, tells humanity that the disaster would one day pass. That's a better ending. Isn't it ridiculous? He can't even control his own destiny, but he wants to change the fate of a fake character. What's the meaning of this? Meaning, of course I know it's fake, but I really liked that he never gave up. Isn't that the point of a movie? As long as someone performs a role and people watch the role, will live on in the hearts of the audience. As long as the feelings at the moment are real. What difference does it make if it's all an act? Zack's entire body is gradually rotting due to the virus, but there's a faint smile in the corner of his mouth. Right as his life is drawing to an end, he recalls distant memories of what he had seen and heard during his journeys. casually chattering in front of the weathered and broken posters. He would be hiding quietly in his backpack in the afternoons he would watch them with his family. What I've done is absolutely not meaningless. Scavenger's voice is so weak, and once disappears among the roar of the tower. Too bad I don't have more time to chat with you. Roland squats down and takes the wire from the scavenger. I'm not sure if I'll see your friends again, but the serum will play its role as you said. I rarely make promises, but this time you can trust me. Thank you. You're welcome. It's rare for someone to believe me for a change. What an interesting feeling. Usually everyone believes my lies, but nobody wants to believe my truths. Blood slowly overflows out of Zach's ears. His organs are rapidly failing. He no longer hears what the person in front of him is saying. Not to mention concern is finally for the audience who still remembers me. When Roland under his last sentence, which is almost a murmur, the scavenger hears nothing. His hand is still held out. He stops breathing. Twisting a strange cry comes from all parts of the tower like a nightmare that can never be woken up from. Roland looks up at the cell hanging from the top of the tower. You're still watching. No one answers. Roland quietly drapes the scavenger's cloak, covering his body and face full of regret. Ese no nuestro final. This is not our final destination. Rest, my friend. Keep moving, no matter what. Curtis and Beardy support each other as they walk through the seemingly endless forest. The ZPF behind him, completely occupied by glowing red plants, becoming a giant tree pointing directly into the sky. The white signs that once guided them have been completely covered. They can no longer distinguish the location of the CPF. Something is quietly incubating the CPF, waiting patiently to be delivered. He is such a softie, it's great. The CPF, which was once the hope of scavengers for survival, has become an eternal nightmare in their hearts. The CPF, which was once the hope of humanity for survival, has become a hotbed of human suffering. Strange cries of humanoid monsters come from the jungle. They can even pick out Zach's voice from the rising and violent calls. But now, Zach has become a permanent resident of the CPF. Those weird and deformed figures, the voices of their sacrificed partner, squeeze his indescribable screams from their throats and attack them. They don't want Zach's expectations to go to waste. No matter how hard they try, this is as far as they can make it. Beatty looks at Horse and takes out the last remaining grenade. It's not necessary. Something flies across the night sky and lands right in Beardy's hands. It's a clear vial of serum. I didn't expect to see you two still alive. Looks like you really opened my eyes. Approaching monsters obliterated by a shotgun blast, blasted by Roland's chain blade and thrown deep into the forest. On the plus side, at least I get to fulfill a promise. That didn't work out. I might have been a little disappointed in myself. It's you. I don't think now's the best time to fight, amigo. I'm your savior, after all. Where are you off to? There's nowhere else for us to go. Cordes covers his bleeding left hand. His backpack had been lost in the escape. Of course there is. You just need to put your mind to it. Roland smiles and points to the sky. Thunderous roar pushes from afar. A few stars twinkle in the night sky. No, those aren't ordinary stars. They're transport crafts approaching the forest. As if sensing the arrival of the uninvited guest, the giant tree behind them unleashed a strange roar. Or seeing cries of the head of creatures can be heard all throughout the forest, just like a warning given by a giant animal when it exposes its fangs. But those stars remain unfazed and continue firmly en route to the forest, like shooting stars. Those are transport crafts from Babylonia! You're right. Now is the time to call for help. The wanderer walks among the desolate battlefield. In front of him is the scorched land, filled with disfigured remains and broken weapons. The roar of gunfire, the cries of agony are long gone. Nothing but the arranged silence lies here. The sound of disaster was already gone. Burning trees toppled to the ground and craters were filled with bubbling red liquid in its wake. It's possible to tell where the liquids oak and scorched rushes bodily food from predator creatures of vitals, fluid from constructs, or even blood from humans. The wanderer stops in front of the unidentified remains. Nearby, he picks up a vial of dirty serum. Smoke looms in the night sky, refusing to disperse. Even the moon is obscured by a thick blanket, leaving only a faint silver glow. Staring at the sea, which can only be described as an illusion, Roland hears a mysterious voice in his mind. It's a distant and cold voice with a trace of imperceptible confusion. What kind of world do you want to see? Roland looks back at the scorched earth he has long journeyed through. Oh, cutscene time. Go shut ups now. What a sad, pathetic little world. So did a flame let it rise from the ashes? Is that something you would want? Oh, what was I expecting? Well then, out of the shadow and into the light. And that's the end of the chapter. Next is chapter 17, Surviving Lusum, which is seemingly broken into 3 parts, and I don't see it in the story. Sunken in Scarlet, Escaping from Calamity, and Praying in Doomsday. Judging by the shape of the coast, I think this is somewhere near close to the Mediterranean. Next time on Punishing Grey Raven, we'll be playing the next chapter, chapter 17, The Surviving Lusum. Looks like Roland's not that bad after all, the fucking dumbass. Softy dumbass. Now,
I'm tired. Let's call it for today.
I'm going to be very blunt with you guys. I have heard things about Surviving Lusum. The last time we got a chapter of a strange layout and how it was presented to us was false ascension, and we know what a clusterfuck that was. From what I've heard, Surviving Lusum is going to completely overshadow Evernight Beat in its entirety, and it is the chapter where Liv's News frame, the Imperia frame, the Angel frame, where is it? This one makes its official appearance. A brand new specialized frame developed by the Science Council that is capable of purifying the punishing virus. To protect everything she loves, Liv has made her own choice. This frame, all I'm going to tell you guys, that this frame is even more fucking important to the overall story than Lucia's plume frame, than the fact that Alpha exists, than really anything else. So next time on Punishing Grey Raven, we're going to be delving into the depths of fucking hell. Hell, and hope an angel can save us. I'm not usually the type to do that sort of thing, but desperate times call for desperate measures. No. Anyways, now I'm done being dramatic about that. Checking something. I forgot to check autonomy stuff. Let me do that first. Tall. His head touches the fucking cord. Let's see, where's Tommy's other frames? No, his other frames are dark, I think. You know, he's just fucking tall. He's just fucking tall. He's tall in his astral frame. Where's his other frame? I know this is he's another frame. Where the fuck is it? Oh hey, I technically have all the ice characters now. Nice. Here. That's astral. Nightblade. Yep. Yeah, no, Watanabe is just fucking tall. He's just a very tall man. Anyways, one more thing. Really, game? Really, that's how you're gonna fucking play? You're gonna deny me okay, so I'm not tenderly for the uncle this time. So, anyways, back up. Focus, focus, you fucking mindless gremlin. Claps cheeks. But next time on PGR, we'll be playing the next chapter, which is The Surviving Lusum. Which is going to be fun! Anyways. Tomorrow's stream is going to be tomorrow's Coaster's Choice has already been decided ahead of time. It's going to be more modded Minecraft. It's going to be the focus. The goal of the next stream is going to be a diversion from the get to space race. Mostly at this point because I realized I need to fortify the base some more, so I'm going to do everything in my power to fortify the base some more. We are going to undergoing the preparations for the preparations, and hopefully we'll be able to actually pull off and perform Project Belka, which is what I'm calling the plan. In order to render our base safe against the parasite threat. At least safe enough, If any of you are familiar with Ace Combat, more specifically Ace Combat Zero, and know the side of HBM and nuclear tech in that mod pack, you should be able to figure out what Project Belka is. We're going to need to do some redesigns on the base. We're going to need to do a base in order to make sure it's radiation proof. I might need to expand if it's fit the machinery I'm going to need. It's going to be it's probably going to be a long stream. I might start it early, actually. I'm not entirely sure on that matter. If I do decide to start it early, let's see, who's alright. Okay, let's see. Okay, there's no one I know who's on that I feel comfortable rating. I need to get better at confidence on that so I can actually rate people now. So not gonna rate anyone tonight. So have a good night, everyone. I'll try to get the VOD for this up within the next 24 hours on my YouTube channel from VOD preservation. I'm not sure if it'll but ADHD might stop me. You know how it is. Bastard brain is bastard braining, more dits for dits and all that. Have a good night, everyone. See you in the next 24 hours in Minecraft as I try to fucking nuke the parasites.